boys. Bring him up. Alright, boys. Where's Seth? Oh, there. You gonna introduce this? It's gonna be around here. So I got it running already.
No.
Yeah. Bang it!
I only got 2 beers. I was fucking 19 when I started.
Well, yeah, well, I might choose another.
Oh, it's fucking Johnny Large.
Check.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
yeah. Hey, I got vocal monitor today. So I can hear. Grant, I think we need you over here. Grant, please. Thank you.
Oh, what happened?
What happened? I can't do my work. I had a wheel wet wagon. Fucking dippo. Okay.
Nipple leakage! Do this! He's not gonna push me off the fucking stage, are you?
I'm the one who's gonna
Maybe.
go.
That's how
You're
the
gonna go
song
into
ends.
fucking step. I'm gonna go off.
I don't want to follow in the drums.
Yeah.
Fucking do this!
This fucking go.
Hurry up!
Fucking go.
Yeah. Alright. Amen.
Oh.
Just turn it up, okay?
I can only do that intro once there.
The other one.
Hey, hey.
Alright, take number 2. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
In the name of Iron Maiden, he is the reason why we still do this shit. Raise your Romulan hell in the air and hail the immortal Lord of what's his favorite band? Iron Maiden. Never before have they played together, and now they play for you.
And then I cut because I don't want to see the part where I hit the dirt after I jump off the stage. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Iron Maiden show. I believe that was 2014-ish. I believe that was the track, The Maiden Song, by our own Uncle Meat and Sebastian Xavier Meunier and Dr. David Haslam on guitar. Good evening, Kevin. Good evening, John. Good evening, Rob. Good evening, Chris. The gang's all here. So why don't we bring on our first guest for tonight? It's my buddy Aaron.
Hi.
Maybe just move your camera a tad so you're centered.
Centered? I don't want to be centered.
Okay, fine. Don't worry about it then.
I will find my center.
How are you doing tonight, my friend?
Pretty good. Is that better?
Yeah.
Great. I'm fine.
How's the audio, everyone?
Yeah,
Does the
can you
audio
hear-
sound
okay.
good?
Testing, testing.
Testing. Man, I've been getting my Maiden stuff together today. It's been a blast. I've got so much Maiden to show off tonight, and you've got the shirt on. I have a foreshadowing shirt. This is foreshadowing.
Ah, yes. This is the Maiden shirt that I wore when I saw them in concert in 2016. So it's bringing good vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, do you want to say hello to Australia?
Hello, Australia. G'day, mate.
Hello, Canada.
How you doing, eh?
I can't
I'm
quite
doing
get the blocks the way I want them. Is that
There you
that'll
go.
do? That'll work.
Australia, cool.
Hi, T-Bone.
I would so love to visit there.
Me
Like
too. It's
tomorrow.
summer.
I would come tomorrow.
How's summer,
love to.
Harrison? How's summer?
It's petering out slowly, thankfully. We're at the
Okay.
tail end now.
Because you're a contrarian, you don't like summer.
No, I like winter.
Me too.
Well, you got two on your side tonight.
I like winter. It's the best. Feet of snow, ice cold.
I was gonna say, guys, hey, all the way from England. He made it to the start of a show for once.
Woo!
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
This Maiden show.
Now, usually I do the unboxing stuff right at the pre-show start. So, do you want me to start unboxing stuff?
Or do you want to
Yeah.
wait for Deke to get here?
I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take. I'll do the preamble to the unboxing, okay? Do the preamble. We have a lot of Iron Maiden stuff to show off tonight, but the unboxing is going to be what are called reaction figures. And what these are, here's a card from a reaction figure.
Oh, it's not like...
No, not like that. If you look in the corner here, I don't know how clearly you can see that logo, the reaction logo. It's not very clear. But very much into the style of the Kenner action figures, with the colored bubble, the photo from the movie, the logo, all that stuff. So this is very much in the retro style of Kenner, same scale as Kenner. And here I have Papa Emeritus from Ghost
Nice.
as a reaction figure, and Optimus Prime as another reaction figure.
Oh.
So you've got all these characters now that are in the same scale and the same style as Kenner. Do you remember how they all had all those Star Wars figures? They all had the 5-point articulation. That was basically all you got, right? So we have all these retro style action figures spanning multiple lines, like there are dozens of lines. And Iron Maiden, of course, is now one of the most highly sought after sublines of the reaction. They have the Misfits. They have Motorhead. I have a Rob Halford on order. Name a classic TV show or kids character, and I'm sure that they have a reaction version of it. But tonight we're going to be unboxing the Maidens. Before we do that, hey! It's Rita Rock Thunder Bay!
That's fabulous.
The poster is back up. He's the only one with a decent backdrop. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody's got a decent backdrop. I love your backdrops.
And James Cotton, baby.
There we go. It's Deke. Oh, we have no audio on Deke.
Can't hear you.
No audio.
I think he's muted.
Oh, he might be muted. Let me see if I can. No, I can't. He has to do it himself.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just give me 2 seconds here.
Awesome. Rob Danielson's unboxing. My mom says hello.
Hi, Mom.
And in the too much information category, he's excited about the Ramones figures. I don't have any of those.
Nice.
Cop too young to remember that, the Kenner figures.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
we got ankle forward and backwards, and a wrist swivel as well.
Right, modern figures, yeah.
I should have brought on
the knee.
Should have brought on my Luke Skywalker that's still in the thing.
Yeah, dude. One day, maybe. But yeah, like if I had a classic Star Wars figure here, you'd see how Papa from Ghost scales perfectly with a classic Star Wars. He even looks like he's wearing an Emperor's cloak, you know? Oh, shit. His microphone fell out of his hand. I'm going to have to find that at some point. That's not good. Couldn't have fallen far. Hey, Deke, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm excellent.
I'm
well, boys, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? There's the microphone. I found it. Look at how tiny that is.
Pleasantries. Let's go.
Dispense with the pleasantries. Let's run the theme song and then unbox some Maiden figures, shall we?
Rock and roll.
This is the LeBrain Train theme song by T-Bone Erickson.
Ticket to anywhere and a glazed donut to go. All aboard!
Now that below is the question of the day, but we won't waste any time. So the unboxing, it's actually going to be a debagging because, long story short, when I order in action figures from the States from the Big Bad Toy Store, my buddy Jason piggybacks his He-Man figures with my orders to save on shipping. Hey, Geek.
Hey, sorry guys.
No worries. So Jen unboxed them and then put my figures separately in this bag when Jason picked up his He-Man. So I've never actually seen what's in this bag. It's all still fresh. We are debagging now, and just getting this stuff out of the way, off the top. Some Star Wars action figures. A Camino clone trooper. A carbonized Boba Fett. A Kit Fisto. Don't know how they come up with these names.
One of those Jedis from the... Yeah, I know the one.
A Luke.
Endor.
Yep. And to go with him, a Han. And the valuable one, the discontinued Cara Dune. So I'm hanging on to these.
It's going
Okay,
to be a
so
collector's item one day.
yeah, right now actually. Okay, so without further ado, I'm pulling out these Maiden figures. I don't know what they look like. I'm not looking at them. This is the first time I've seen. Oh yeah. Okay, the Trooper. I'm gonna put myself on full screen here. There's the Trooper.
Nice.
He comes with a sword. Beautiful artwork.
Looks like
Soldier Eddy, he's called. And on the back, you can see the ad for 4 more Eddies. A Killers, Aces High, Powerslave, and, well, the Trooper, Soldier Eddy. You can see the reaction logo there on the bottom. It's hard to know your left from your right when you do this. There's your reaction logo that's reminiscent of the Kenner logo. There's the Powerslave Eddy.
Nice.
Again, with the cover art from the album.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. And he comes with his Pharaoh staff. That's pretty cool. And, Aces High Eddy. I did pick 4 good Eddies. I couldn't buy them all. They're not cheap. They're like $17 US a piece, and they sell out fast. And this is the special one. I grabbed a limited edition Spectral Eddy.
Oh.
I believe, what is that, Phantom of the Opera? El
Twilight
Pistachio?
Zone.
Twilight Zone, sorry. And the figure is actually transparent. That's not exactly clear. But you can kind of see that he's transparent, can't you?
Hmm.
Cool.
There's an actual, like, colored Eddy of the same style, but I went for the limited edition. You can see even the artwork is different from the other figures. Yeah! Pretty
Very
cool! Pretty cool.
Right on.
Yeah! And that's not the last of Maiden figures that we're seeing tonight, because they go with the artwork that we're showing off tonight.
So did they do the band members as well, or just Eddie?
No, I wish. I would buy those in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Always the critic, isn't he? Always the critic. Sarka likes your poster, Deke. Eric Litwiller in the shorts rocked. I agree. Looks like Steve Harris is planning his retirement package for all these figures I'm buying. Twilight Zone, yes, thank you. And hello, Lana! From Hawaii.
Aloha.
Rob likes the figures. All right, so, boys, we've all picked our top 11 favorite Iron Maiden cover art tonight. Before we get going, just briefly tell us what your criteria was. Like, for example, foreshadowing, Deke picked all stuff he has on vinyl. so
Nope.
just...
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, if
Oh,
that
no.
was what Deke was doing, then that would be the...
No.
Just tell us. Just tell us. Just tell us. You first, Aaron.
Hey.
Oh, me first? And the gimmies. Okay.
Yes.
One of my
Tell
favorite.
us why. Tell us why you picked what you picked.
It had to be something I had here.
Okay.
So I have, it's mostly CD.
Okay.
I have a couple of Maiden vinyls, not many, not enough to make this worthwhile.
Okay.
And so I basically just have the studio albums. I have a couple of singles that you gave me. Wicker Man, I think, and Rainmaker was another one. I think maybe you upgraded them.
No. I think you bought those in TO.
Oh, did I?
I think so.
I remember you giving me those. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All I have is what's on CD, and it's main stuff. I'm going to be the boring one.
Okay, fair
I'll just
enough.
try to look good.
Sounds good. El Mustachio already looks good because he's got the rocker hair and the El Mustachio. But I've already seen yours because we preloaded them into a folder so we can put them on the screen tonight. Did you have any criteria?
My range was basically everything. As we said, all I've got are just dinky CDs, so that's why we got some high-res images. But I didn't want to, because every piece of Maiden artwork is cool. So narrowing it down, it had to be more than just cool. It had to be something where I want it, where I go, I look at it and I'm like, I want that on my wall. So stuff like Somewhere in Time and Live After Death, they're very cool. They just missed out because they just don't resonate with me as much as these other ones do.
Fair enough. Deke's disappeared.
No, I'm back.
Hey, there's Deke. Deke,
Hey,
what were you?
sorry.
So you decided not to do just strictly stuff you have on vinyl.
No.
Okay, so tell us. Tell us.
First of all, hey Harrison, thanks for wanting me on the show, pal. That was pretty cool. So I was going to take this Friday night off, but Mike sent me the thing that you wanted me on, so here I am. So thank you.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And yeah, you bet, pal. This was a creation that my daughter Lexi did. So kudos
Wonderful
to her.
work.
So
yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It looks like, did you get it mounted or something?
No, I thumbtacked it to the wall.
Oh, it looks great. Yeah.
Okay, so what I did was I was going to go 11 album covers, but then I was talking to good old T-Bone, and I said, like, what do I do to shake it up a bit? So he said, you got to go with what Mr. Books does. And what Mr. Books does, he doesn't really do a favorites list. He just kind of throws out 11, okay? So what I decided to do was break it in half. So we're going my 6 favorite Maiden covers and my 5 favorite Maiden official tour shirts.
Nice. I like it.
Cool.
Okay.
Right
Before
on.
we get started on the list, instead of the usual Nigel Tufnell Top 10 theme song that we play before the countdown, instead, we're going to sing Happy Birthday to Steve Harris.
It's your day of birth, the day that you were born. One more trip around the sun for you. Candles blown, now you make a wish. Time to eat cake and maybe hit a pinata. Hatch day, another year's passed. 1 year older than the day you were before. Let's see what this day has in store for the birthday boy. Or maybe you're a birthday girl, 1 year older. Just another cake at the can. Joyeux anniversaire. Buon compleanno. Tanjobi omedato. Alles Gute zum Geburtstag, Juni Shung Ju Kwai Lu.
That was Uncle Meat with his happy birthday song. I was told earlier today he was 65, but there seems to be a debate going on in the comments about how old Steve Harris actually is today. The internet said he was born in 1956, says Lana. No apologies. He may have had a bad source, says the guy who told me 65. Oh, 65 is correct. Great. So my video was good. And Lana liked the video. There you go. All right, boys. I'm going to do something a little different to start the top 10. Usually I start. Instead, I'm going to start with my worst Maiden cover because I just happen to have it out and want to show it. And then we'll go to Aaron to start the countdown. Sound good?
Was I supposed to have a worse as well? Because I can think of one.
Nope, just me. This is a just me thing.
Okay.
Because I'm the host, so I get to do stuff. I have all my Maiden vinyl here, and as I was going through it, I found my least favorite. And to this day, I don't know why they bothered to do this particular release, but the Run to the Hills live, or sorry, Running Free live. There's not even an Eddie on this cover.
What's wrong with it?
No
What's
Eddie.
wrong with it?
No Eddie. No
I
Eddie.
hope your Dance of Death is worse.
That's what I was.
No Eddie. No Eddie.
I've got one that doesn't have Eddie on it.
Interesting.
What is it?
Well, you could tell us right now because it's your turn, Aaron. Your turn, Aaron.
Yeah, no, the one that doesn't have Eddie on it is not in my list.
Okay.
So, yeah, T-Bone is right. I don't, now, to the chagrin of Uncle Meat, I don't tend to number things in order. I don't pick a number 1 and a number 11.
Yes, we're not worried about your numbering.
Yeah, no, but I still do try to live up to the rule of the the spirit of the thing, whatever it is. So, but I really like Deke's idea too. I'm all for freeform. That's good. So, enough. My first one is
Best of the B-Sides with Eddie's. Okay, so we're gonna do just a quick close up here. Best of the B-Sides featuring Eddie's bum, his desiccated
and
bum.
he's giving you the finger, and it says "Maiden Rule" on his butt. That one just cracked me up. So
Good pick, Aaron. All right, Harrison, what's your number 11, buddy? You say it while I get it locked and loaded.
This is ironic because, my criteria was there have to be albums that I want to be like, I look at and I want to be like, I want that on my wall. This is the only one that I actually have on vinyl and is therefore on my wall. And it's made in Japan.
Nice.
And I love in that whenever you get like a concert film from the 80s, the lights have that solid look to them because of, I guess, the smoke in the air, and the tape as well. And so this one's basically literally just a spotlight on Eddie.
There were some that I just decided to grab and show instead of using the digital high res, so you can keep talking. But yeah, there it is, made in Japan.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think you should give Eddie a sword. It's a bad idea.
Well, Harrison, foreshadowing, but we might see that one again. Okay, Deke.
Okay,
what do you have lined up for your number 11?
We are going to put this to a vote. What do you guys? What do you guys want to see first? The vinyl, the top 6 vinyl, or the top 5 T-shirts?
Yes.
What?
That's right.
Yes. What?
If you choose not to decide,
what he said.
Go with the T-shirts first, I think.
Cool.
I
sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Harrison, T-shirts?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Are you going to try them on too, or just hold them up?
Oh, God, no. We don't want to get shut down.
Sorry, just give me a second. I'm putting Star Wars figures away.
Oh, man. Yeah, we totally don't want to. Yeah, we don't want to get censored here right out of the gate. So, anyways,
Star Wars figures keep falling down. Okay, there we go.
Put your lightsaber away there, fella. So, anyways, there is
Ace is High.
Ace is High.
Nice.
And then on the back,
Matter, Life, and Death. Oh no, Legacy of the Beast.
Yeah, from the Legacy of the Beast tour. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, I haven't even worn this one yet. Got to get on that.
Well, that is sort of the second time we've seen that piece of artwork tonight, and probably not the last time we're going to see that artwork tonight.
Nope, not at all.
Which brings me to my number 11, but I'm going to put some comments on first because we got a ton of them. When was Eddie first introduced? Would you say he was introduced as a stage character in 79?
Yeah, possibly. He was that face up on the back, but it didn't have any hair or anything. It just
it was a mask more than anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
His official debut was Running Free studio single, but he was obscured in shadow there.
Right. So his first official released form would have been 1980.
Yeah.
If Harrison is a true contrarian, Dance of Death will be his number 1. I guess we'll see. Aaron's answered everything in life is yes.
You're just saying
Topless Deke equals ratings according to Kevin. And oh heck no, says Lana. Okay, so my number 11 is it's
Mr. Book.
Shit, wrong guy. Wrong guy.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry, wrong guy. my number 11 is Made in Japan.
Nice.
Because Harrison maybe isn't the contrarian that he thought he was.
We'll see about that.
I don't know. It's a simple piece of art.
A lot of mine are very simple. You'll see later on. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no worries, man. But yeah, like what's not to like is my response to anybody who may be critiquing our choice of Made in Japan.
It's a very effective selling cover.
Yeah,
like it's simple for Eddie's artwork, but it delivers the point that what you're going to find inside that in the grooves going to kick your ass.
Definitely a bit more effective than the alternate cover.
alternate cover? Refresh my memory. Oh, is that the one where he's cutting off Deanno's head?
Yeah, Deanno's corpse on the ground and he's holding his head up.
Yeah, well, that's foreshadowing too, right?
Right. I guess they thought better of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, Deke and Harrison, I don't know if you two guys follow Steph Hond on Facebook, but he posted a video this week of when he was in Paul Di'Anno's solo band playing in I believe it was a restaurant in France.
I've seen that.
And apparently Di'Anno was furious when they arrived and he realized that they were playing a fucking restaurant. And they're playing this really heavy, fast version of Wrathchild. Di'Anno bald and just pumping fists, and you see like people eating their meals. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Shit. Okay, so my number 11 was Made in Japan. That brings us to Aaron with your number 10.
Yes, my next one. It was a wax model. Oh.
I think that Di'Anno head is what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, because my kids were asking about the origins of Eddie, because I had the shirt on at supper, and they were like, because all the heads at the bottom and everything. And so I will have to look it up, but I'll ask you guys too. So my next one is actually cool because of the cover and the inside tray liner. So my next one is Live After Death.
Foreshadowing once more.
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
And then on the inside is another really creepy, cool little picture. So, yes, this one
we may be seeing that one again tonight too, Aaron.
Yeah, this one has, if it's possible to wear out a CD, this one will be one of the first to go.
Yeah.
Well, a short while ago, somebody asked what the best live album of all time was, and I kind of arbitrarily answered Live After Death.
Ooh, of all time?
Why not?
Well, that's
great.
Another show. Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing?
It's my number 2 all time favorite live album.
Oh yes, we know what your number 1 live album of all time is, by a certain band from Boston.
But anywho.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a great one, Aaron. What do you got locked and loaded for your number 10, Mr. Mustachios?
First, I'm just going to go quickly back to Live After Death, because a small public service announcement for everyone watching. That 1998 remaster is technically now not the definitive version, because the 2020 reissue, you got the B-sides from like the live singles. So I think you got Lost for Words and 2 other songs that were done live at Hammersmith. They were on B-sides from other live singles. They're on the disc now. They're on disc 2 now.
Right.
No way. Wow.
Yeah, so hang on a second. I'll go to my Iron Maiden folder and I'll tell you what the tracks
I got to
are.
buy it again. Now that is Steve Harris's retirement package.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Live After Death. Sorry. Okay, so the bonus tracks. You get, first of all of side 4 from the vinyl, which isn't on the original issue of the CD. Then you get Lost for Words, Sanctuary, and Murders in the Rue Morgue.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Old stuff. Yeah.
That's worth getting.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is worth getting.
All right, Harrison. So what was your what is and what is going to be your number 10?
Well, it's live, and I love it when they edify the band members. They get the band members, make them like an Eddie. And they've only done it twice. And this one is the Fear of the Dark live single from 1992 or 1993-ish.
All right, and there we have it.
And I love the Steve Harrisified Eddie there. I prefer him to the Bruce one just ever so slightly. Plus, as LeBrain was saying earlier, it's the simplicity. It's Eddie, and it's a background, and the colors just go well together, the yellow, the blue. You'll find that a lot of my covers, I think virtually all my covers, either depend dominantly on blue shades or the red, orange, yellow shade of colors. So
the warm and the cool, the red and the black. Good pick, Harrison. I'm glad you picked it because I wanted to, and I didn't have to because you did. Hang on a second. We have Jon Snow saying he needs to start with live after. What? Start? Start?
Oh yeah.
Start. Yeah, listening to Maiden.
Yeah,
Start?
He hasn't
Yeah.
gotten it, I don't think.
He needs to start with Virtual 11.
Mike's like error 404 does not
Error 404. Error 404.
does not compute. Smoke.
Hey, you know what? You guys got to give the Snowman a break. He's knee deep in Queen and Judas Priest right now. So I think,
And Kiss.
So you know what?
And Kiss.
Better late than never. He'll get on board. He'll get on board.
I'll catch
We have
up with
faith
his
in him.
excellent blog tomorrow.
Plus, he needs to wait for the.
loudtoolmusic.com.
He needs to wait for the eventual deluxe editions. Otherwise, he'll be buying the albums twice.
Yeah, well, let's not even get him. Let him start with just like some classic vinyl and worry about the rest later. But Mr. Deke is next. Arena
Okay,
Rock Thunder
boys.
Bay.
So for my next T-shirt is from 2017, and when me and my bro went to see the Book of Souls tour in Minneapolis, that was their first time in Minneapolis in 17 years. So they did a Minneapolis only T-shirt,
Wicked.
Oh, look at that.
and
Wicked.
that is actually the Minneapolis skyline in the background,
Yeah. That is so cool.
and the actual Book of World
Yeah.
Minneapolis Excel Center. Yeah, so that was one I definitely had to grab because, there's not too often that they play cities where they do certain T-shirt themes for, a run of cities or like the Canadian tour or whatever, but to actually do a specific city, it was like, I got to get my mitts on that one for sure. So that was
Yeah.
a no-brainer purchase.
100%, man.
And Deke, how long was it you said they had been in Minneapolis? How many years?
They were last there on the Brave New World tour. And the funny thing about that was they played an auditorium to about 3,000 people.
Yeah.
So when they went back in 2017, they played the XL Center, and they had 17,000.
So that makes
So
me
goes
think the T-shirt is maybe some, like, by way of apology, like it's been so long since we were here,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, for sure. So,
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
That is really sweet. Yeah.
T-Bone likes your T-shirt.
You
Cool,
might
thanks,
feel it
Deke.
on you.
You're welcome.
My number 10, I have a feeling it's not going to make anybody else's list,
I don't.
but we'll see. It's Peace of Mind.
Uh,
And it's a simple cover, but there's actually a lot going on here when you think about it. And on the back, there's a nice little touch here of this disembodied hand holding the Derek Riggs logo. And of course, the open door Eddie is kind of free to go, but he's kind of all chained up. And this is the first Maiden cover that kind of made me think that there's a story, an overall story going on with the cover art. On the previous cover, Number of the Beast, Eddie is puppeteering the devil. But if you look really close, the devil is puppeteering Eddie.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe in this cover, he's been captured by the devil. And devil did like horrible experiments on his brain. And then the next album, Powerslave, he's dead. He's been buried. And then the next album, Live After Death, he's come back. You can see how you would think that there's an overall story going on here. So that's my number 10. Peace of Mind.
nice.
Over to you, Aaron, for round 3, your number 9.
Okay. And I might argue that this one has a story to it too, and it comes before that. My next one is Killer.
Zakilas.
Now, you might think there's a story here because he's got the axe
Yeah,
and there's hands
yeah,
trying to grab, like, please don't do it anymore or don't hurt me.
yeah.
He's doing somebody in. You don't know who.
Yeah, he's definitely doing somebody, and there's blood dripping from that axe.
Yeah, there's a story to that one too. And apparently, if you look really closely down in the bottom, is the name of the pub they used to play in on one of the buildings in the background.
Yes.
Way down in the bottom there. It's the
Hold it up again, Aaron.
the Ruskin or the Raskin.
The Ruskin Arms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ruskin Arms. Yeah.
Yep,
So I don't
and I
know if
believe
you can see that.
there are other subtle clues buried in and out of the artwork, especially on the first album too.
Probably not
But
going to.
the red light in the window is probably Charlotte's place.
Yeah.
And just
Anyway,
to augment your pick, I have in my hands the McFarlane Killer's Eddy,
Oh wow.
Nice.
which really, it doesn't look like the album cover at all, really.
Oh,
But it says
Not
Eddie
public,
from the album Killers, and you can see how it would look fully assembled there. But I don't really consider the McFarlanes to be true action figures. I consider them statues. Oops, sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, to augment Aaron's pick, there's the McFarlane Killer's Eddy. Harrison, over to you, my friend.
I almost put a tour shirt artwork on my list. It was one of the Australian ones. I think it was from the Beast on the Number of the Beast tour, and then Eddie's surfing a shark on that one.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love
But
it.
my actual number 9 was Seventh Son of a Seventh Son.
Okay.
And
One moment.
compared to a lot of the other albums I'm picked, this one has this light blue, this very calm, serene sort of look. So it contrasts nicely with a lot of the Maiden discography. But there's also like all these little hidden, interesting bits. Like what you see is it looks like it's water there,
But it's ice.
but you see that crack in
Yeah.
the ice in the bottom left. It's water and ice at the same time. And there's this other one, I think on the back, which I neglected to give you. There's this bird, but I think it looks like a Concorde jet or something similar. And there's all these little
It
odd
does look
things
like a
about the cover.
Concorde jet. It does look like a Concorde jet.
There's also a book sticking out of the ice somewhere as well, I think.
Yeah, on the back cover of the Book of Life, I believe you can see, and there's 7 eddies. If you look at the cover carefully with the front and back, there's 7 eddies in total. So
Ooh.
seventh son of a seventh son. Very cool, Harrison.
Deke's got
Deke has the on brand. Deke has the back cover.
Awesome. We'll do this. Wicked. There's the Book of Life sticking out. You can also see the outline of England. And you can see also like a spectral Number of the Beast era Eddy in the clouds. But yeah, apparently if you look, there are 7 eddies. Very cool. Quick question from Lana. I ordered that AC/DC backtracks from AC/DC way back when it was first released. So that is not a new arrival. And Lana's always liked the blue background for Seventh Son. So
It's a
you
great
of like minds.
It's a great color scheme, like Harrison said. Like, it's so unlike the metal of the time where it's black and dark and it's like bright.
Yeah.
Like it's very, very cool.
Yeah. Very good point, Deke. And Kevin is pleased that we're talking about back covers. It was something he was complaining about on his blog earlier. You want to see some back covers.
There's an
Well,
idea,
you're gonna get them.
You're going to get them.
an idea
Stop.
for another show. Your top 11 backsides.
Rather than address that, I'm going to hand it over to Super Deeks with your number 9.
So, as I was alluding to with the previous T-shirt from Minneapolis, when I caught them in Vancouver on the Legacy of the Beast tour, they did a Canadian T-shirt.
Lovely. Big grizzly bear with a salmon instead of a carrot.
And as you can see Nico.
Oh, in
on
the back,
side
yeah,
there.
he's got like a
Yeah.
moose with him.
Yep.
That is really cool, Deke. Oh, that's great. And that's a Harris. He's got like the bass guitar
Yep.
strap over his shoulder. That's a Harris Eddy.
Well, that's a Harris Eddy right on the front too. Yeah.
Is that at 29?
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
Yeah.
the tuning knobs are on the guitar. We can tell for sure.
yep, it's Steve Harris.
Too much information here from T-Bone.
T-Bone
much.
always has to push the party a little too hard at times.
And Lana points out that the bear has red eyes, which is something that you see on first in Maiden artwork on the
Yeah.
Fear of the Dark artwork by Melvin Grant. But my number 9 is an album I don't have. So, well, I have it. It's just not on vinyl, so I'm not going to bother showing it off, except for digitally. And it is this one right here. I don't know if anybody else has picked it, but I sure like the Matter of Life and Death artwork. From 2006, is it?
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
the only thing I don't know is who did this artwork. I think pretty much most of the stuff that we've seen, aside from some of the T-shirts, is Derek Riggs. I don't know who did this artwork. It's different for Iron Maiden. You know, Eddie is not really the main part of this album cover. He's most noticeable in that logo in the front of the tank and on the flag of the tank. But damn, isn't that cool? It's really different, but yet still, you know, it's Iron Maiden as soon as you look at it.
I've got it. It's
That's what
art direction and design by Peacock. Cover illustration by Tim Bradstreet with Grant Golish.
So 2 guys.
Special thanks to Scott Harbin.
Nice one, Lana.
Good pick. You know what,
Yeah.
Mikey? That's the thing I like about the Maiden T-shirts, and that's why I bought that Aces High one, because I love that cover of A Matter of Life and Death. And once I seen the back print of it, take my money.
Take my money. Awesome. Well, another great round.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, this brings us to round 4 with your unnumbered number 8.
And I'm going to go off the CD reservation here
Nice.
with something that I got and I think is really cool. And it is
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
The Visions of the Beast.
Yeah.
And now that comes out. There's a clear window.
Yep.
In there, but that comes out. Oh, so you can see it there.
Yep.
And then it's got all the album cover and other artwork on the back.
Yeah.
So this is a collection of the videos.
Yeah, a really good collection. Very
And the
complete.
inside is Eddie's upraised middle finger, of course. But yeah, so I went with that one just because that face, and he's kind of coming through the cover like this, and it's just, it's different. It's neat. I just thought I'd put that one up there too, just in case.
Brilliant pick, Aaron. Brilliant. Nice for going off the beaten track. Regarding my Matter of Life and Death, Brian insists it's the worst set list ever. I know Uncle Meat would have words about that, and I would too, for that matter. Mr. Mustachios, what is your number 8?
We have it's the first single. We have the very first, the studio Run to the Hills.
Oh yeah, with Total Eclipse.
Yeah. Hang on a second.
I sent you that one.
Yep. Let's give me a second here. Boom.
Yeah.
And of all the Satan Eddie sagas, this one's my favorite. Just seeing them, eternally locked in battle there, up on the rock. It's got that green and that blue there that I mentioned. That, and it's also got the yellow and the orange and the red throughout. And even though it's like very cluttered down the bottom, it's not distracting. The main focus is the two of them there. And it took me forever to notice this, but the devil actually has wings.
Oh, it does? Really?
Yeah, those lightning bolts coming out of his back are
Oh,
wings.
Yeah, they're huge.
Foreshadowing. We'll see something like that again.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there. We'll get there. That's a good one in Harrison. And I just wanted to point something out. I'm currently reading... I put it aside here somewhere. Here it is. I'm currently reading No Sleep Till Sudbury by Brent Jensen. And he talks about the Number of the Beast album cover from which that single was drawn. And he's talking about the hellish landscape, which that single also has. And he says as a kid, he's fascinated by these demons that are populating the bottom of the landscape, Okay, Deke, what do you got for number 8?
That was cool.
Yeah.
This is from 2012 on the Maiden England tour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Seventh Son Eddie. And notice the apple in his chest. With the Canadian flag limit. Oh, wow, yeah. And then you've got the Somewhere in Time Eddie.
Yeah, see, remember what I was saying about really digging the fact that, they put... This is like a 2-for-1 shirt, man. You got Seventh Son and Somewhere in Time, So, yeah. It was...
Wicked picks, Aaron. Deke. Wicked pick. Well, yeah, Aaron, too. I mean, it's not wicked picks all around. That's great, Deke. I'm really glad you decided to do this this T-shirt sub-theme.
Basically just showing off my whole wardrobe tonight. That's about it.
Yeah.
So you wear those out, eh? You wear those around places and stuff?
Actually, this shirt I've never worn yet.
Oh.
Interesting.
You know, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this will be the year that I bust it out. Like, I can't believe it's already been 9 years since I've seen that show. It's like, where does time go? Somewhere in time.
Somewhere in time.
Up to you, Mikey.
Okay, well, sorry,
I was
bud?
just going. If I may interject on the T-shirts, you know, I'm going. This is a bit because it's Judas Priest now, but on the Live in London DVD, Glenn Tipton is wearing this, you know, this red and black long sleeves Demolition shirt. I'm like, that's so awesome. I want to get one of those, but I don't think I can.
I don't really shop online for vintage shirts, but I imagine just like everything, they're going up in value right now.
Yeah.
And Lana loves that they periodically go back and embrace their past albums, which she's right about. Gives those songs a chance to shine. Okay, so Deke, I would advise, as your legal counsel, not to answer.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
And if you'll just excuse me one moment, I just hear Jen's phone going off. I just want to make sure she's okay.
Sure.
Sure, pal.
Sure thing. Yeah, I was telling Mike, I don't know if you were all there or not, but this T-shirt here is the one that I wore. It's just there's nothing on the back. It's just
okay, all good.
It's just the trooper on the front, and it's the one that it's the only one I've got, and I wore it to the show for the Book of Souls.
Did you say the trooper?
Oh, isn't that the trooper guy?
Yeah. So hang on, let's just do this real quick because my number 8 is the trooper. So. You know, we got a couple different versions of the Trooper here to show off. Here's a Trooper reissue picture disc.
Nice.
Here is a Trooper McFarlane figure.
And you just got a new one.
And I just got that new one. I'll just show off this McFarlane real quick because it is, you know, it's vintage. The only thing wrong with this, and you can't really see it. Yeah, you can. You see how yellow the plastic of the card has gotten. None of the other Maiden figures I have from the McFarlanes are yellowed like this. So I think this one must be made of a different kind of plastic. But that's what it would look like when it's fully assembled. Yeah.
Where do you store all this stuff?
On my wall. I took it all down.
Out of frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, it's on this wall. I just took them all down to show off tonight.
So I made a Trooper Eddy out of Lego once. I should have brought that. If we have a break, I'll go get it.
Chris Sarge, full moon tonight. Interesting.
So
Yeah,
was
so
that
that's
your
my
pick?
number 8.
Oh yeah, the trooper. Okay.
Yeah. Or are you keeping tabs, Aaron?
Nice. Keeping a score sheet?
She always does. She always does. It's an added bonus of having Aaron along. Added bonus. It's like you get bonus tracks. Well, with Aaron, you get bonus lists written down. All he has to do is send me the pictures. He literally, as soon as we're done the show, he literally texts me the pictures, and then I get them locked and loaded to post the next day.
And all apologies for people who are trying to decipher them.
Well, so far so good, man. Especially considering they're getting it for free.
Yes.
So no complaints.
What was I said? I'm all set to be a doctor. I just don't have the education. I got the handwriting, but nothing else.
I think Brian is conflating the song Trooper with a band called Trooper.
Oh.
I think purposely conflating the two.
I would say.
Yeah, I would say as well. That's me being the scolding host tonight.
Yeah. A lot of hell.
Aaron, my friend, take us into round 5 with your number 7.
I'm gonna be taking the little booklets out of the cases because it gets too much glare.
Yeah, agreed.
You're already getting enough glare off the forehead. So
take it easy,
my next
Professor
one
X.
is
Fear of the Dark. It made an appearance.
Fear of the Dark. I just love how he's coming out of the tree, and it's just creepy.
I would say this artwork is ahead of its time.
Yeah, the fingers are like the branches, and it's a really cool picture.
He also has a resemblance to Nosferatu.
Yeah, it's got this Victorian feel to it.
And as I mentioned earlier, in regards to Lana's comment about the bear with the red eyes, that album's the first time Eddie had red eyes as opposed to the lightning eyes.
Mm.
Usually he has black eyes with like burning lightning in the center, you know?
Maybe that happened. Maybe they went red because there was just so much lightning they got sore and they went red.
Well, the way I see it, Aaron, Eddie's been killed and reborn and killed so many times and reborn again, it's going to make your eyes a little red.
That reminds me, the worst album cover is not that Running Free single. It's when they redrew No Prayer for the Dying and redrew the debut for 1998, and they gave Eddie red eyes, and they changed the look of it.
No, I'll top you. The worst Iron Maiden artwork is actually the original release of Live at Donington, the white cover. Yeah.
I could have done that one.
Yeah. T-Bone should call T-Bone to do that album.
T-Bone didn't do
could have
that
done
album.
a better job. El Mustachios,
Yes.
what is your number 7 tonight?
We're back to a simple one. We have a real live one.
Cool.
Once picked it up.
Yep. Yes, sir, man. A real life one, which you were talking about on your blog just recently.
And if you want to see the what I've got back there, the 1998 remasters lined up, there's a picture of that there for anyone watching. Yeah, I love, it's like orange and that blue going together again, and it's a real, it's really up front, the perspective as well, and just all the lightning. The lightning is what makes this one, especially in the eyes, how it's his eyes are literally just spewing lightning along with everything else. This is a more feral Eddie, and it really comes across.
And you know what, Harrison? Interestingly enough, this is the return, basically, of Derek Riggs after the Melvin Grant Fear of the Dark album cover. So the return of the lightning eyes and the return of that look. Very cool. Very cool choice. And another interesting thing is that you've chosen 2 pieces of artwork from the same album cycle so far.
Yeah. If you'll excuse me just 1 minute, I'm going to get something I mentioned earlier. I'll be back in a minute.
He's getting his maiden remasters, I think, that are all lined up. That look really cool.
Oh, the spines?
Yeah, that's what I think he's doing.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have all of those.
In the meantime, what is that? What is that? Is that a Lego diner? I think that's a Lego diner.
It is.
That is cool.
City. Yeah, and those are the up in the top underneath Africa. Those are the Eddie. That's the Maiden.
Well, that's the Maiden. Yeah.
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 Hey, look! I can see the COVID capital of Ontario, Thunder Bay. There.
well, buddy. I heard that Sudbury's going back into lockdown.
Oh well, hey, now we're duking it out with Sudbury.
Now we're duking it out with Sudbury. Don't mind us, Harrison. We were just doing a closer examination. Oh, yeah. Don't mind us, Harrison. We were just examining your Lego diner and your belongings.
Creepy is the word.
I have a lot of interesting hobbies. I've got a whole pile of Transformers up there that you can't see. I've got vinyl and some art up there. Oh, that reminds me, Aaron, you've got Eliminator up there. I've got Afterburner up there.
Nice.
Chris Sarr.
Nice.
Chris Sarr.
Afterburner.
Sorry, go ahead.
Afterburner is just one of my favorite album covers of all time. In fact, the way they've done it, it almost looks three-dimensional. The way the clouds and the depth and everything. And of course, you've got blue and the red, and we're a little off topic here, but
yeah. That's okay. Okay, sorry, Harrison, what else were you showing off there?
I mentioned earlier, I made the Trooper, Eddie, in Lego.
Oh, yeah, okay, so let's do quick solo layout.
His little backpack.
Nice.
You made that.
Yeah.
That's a nice piece.
Got his little backpack. The flag's single colored, and he's got 3 bolts because, limitations of things that weren't designed to be little...
Right. It's a pre-existing piece.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Joe Story would be impressed with that.
Yeah.
Joe Story. Yeah. You should do a post on it. And I will send it to him.
I've done Killers and Dance of Death, but they're easier. They're much easier. They're not as interesting as the Trooper.
Well, do a post, man.
That's cool.
I'll get Joe to read it.
He's got a whole room full of Lego.
All right, Deke. Do you have any Lego, or are you still on T-shirts?
I don't do Lego, man. Sorry.
All right, what do you got for us, buddy?
Okay, so this shirt I can honestly say is my favorite Maiden shirt. And the backstory to it is it's from the Book of Souls. And right when they announced the tour, everybody's looking to see what the new merchandise is for that Maiden tour, right? So somebody on Facebook went to one of the shows in the States and took a screenshot of their merchandise. I mean, I had like about, 55 Maiden shirts, tapestries, you name it. They had everything. One shirt I saw there and I just blew my mind. I just was like, I got to get that. So when I get to the show, get into the merch stand with all the 75 different Maiden shirts. And I'm looking for it, and I see it. And then I look at the price, and I'm going, $70 US? Take my money.
Good for you.
Oh.
And on the back.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
The Book
Good
of
old,
Souls artwork.
The good old 3/4 length.
Just like the old days.
Yep.
Totally like the old days.
That's a classic.
The Demolition
remember-
shirt I was talking about had a very similar color scheme, except it was all long sleeves.
I remember my brother just standing behind me and just laughing his ass off, going, "Oh man, you're doing it!" I got it because I will kick myself waking up tomorrow morning and going, "Why didn't I buy that damn shirt?" So basically, with the exchange, I think it was about a $85 shirt. But you know what? It's not like you're going to be able to find this on really anywhere. So yeah, I had to grab it, and that one I do wear, but I do not eat when I'm wearing it.
Have some spaghetti. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's that I could say is my number one T-shirt.
Really
They're all
nice
actually
pick.
pretty cool, but that one I really like.
Really nice pick.
Yeah, I didn't even
Thanks,
look at the merch.
Okay?
When we went to see them, I didn't even look at the merch. I just went right to the seats. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, well,
because there's
not
so many
me.
people there anyway. I don't like jostling. So
The great thing about Maiden, what I know is at their shows is they have tables set up at various spots throughout the arena. So if the arena's going a circle, you go on a certain level, they'll have 4 or 5 different tables set up with all their stuff. So, like, case in point, when I was in Vancouver, one table was packed. Me and my buddy, Metal Todd, and his 2 buddies, we walked about 50 feet to another table. Nobody. That way I could think and go, it's like, so, and not bother anybody going, come on, guys, make up your mind. So, they know what they're doing when it comes to, well, we all know that one. They all know what they're doing when it comes to the merchandise angle. I mean,
no doubt.
They got all the bases covered, so yeah, that Book of Souls one, that's a pretty cool one. So, yep. I'll be taking that one to the grave.
Lana would like to know if their shirts really are that expensive at gigs. Yes, but that's Canadian dollars. So they're, in your dollars, it wouldn't be 70. It would be 60 or 55 or something like that.
And the 2 shirts that I got at the Legacy, the Beast tour, they were going for, all their T-shirts were going for $55 and up.
Right.
So, yeah, I still remember buying a Sammy Hagar tour shirt back in 1984 for like $15 US. Not anymore.
Happening. Never
I
happening
remember
again.
seeing Tool in Hamilton in 2008, and their T-shirts were like almost $50. And I said, no, just no.
Yeah.
Just like, no. Sorry.
Geek says, yeah.
But I did find one. I have that shirt now. I just found it in the secondhand shop.
Oh, well,
Probably
man,
not
there you go.
$2 for it.
All right, man. I'm going to go ahead with my number 6. And I don't have an album cover to show off, so instead we'll just go back to the reaction figure. But it's Aces High, Eddie. And this is so detailed. Look at the detail on this thing. If you look, you can see he's got a couple of bullet holes. You can see where the bullets entered the glass of the cockpit and went into his head. You can see.
The teeth on the figure look like a mustache from here.
Yeah.
It looks like an old man mustache.
They kind of do. It kind of looks like a big white Mario stash.
He's had his teeth whitened.
Kind
But I
of looks
do
like
love
the
this-
Luke
this
Skywalker X-Wing outfit. Or,
I love that X-Wing outfit.
Yeah, the orange with the
The orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I'd like to get one of those. Ah, well.
But like, so you can wear it.
Where did Deke go?
I have to change up some albums here.
Okay.
He's changing his shirt.
The 3/4 length shirts are always a little more pricey, yes, because there's 3/4 sleeves instead of 1/4 sleeve. So that's just math. They take your money for tickets and then they take your money for the merchandise?
Welcome to the business, Lana.
Yes, it's called capitalism, I'm afraid.
Where they make their money.
Oh shit! So we are going into the top 5, if you can believe it already.
No.
Yeah.
I still have yet to do number 6.
Yeah.
Shit! I did mine out of order. I did mine out of order. So okay, doesn't matter. Aces High is my number 7. I meant to do that as my number 6. No big deal. I'll just switch them up because the middle of it's pretty loosey goosey. It's really only the top 3 of mine that really have to be in a specific order.
It was third place that I had a ton of trouble deciding.
No,
okay, so
that's just perpetual.
All right, Deke is back, so that means we can go to Aaron with your number 6.
Oh, this
six
will look familiar.
Ah, we're seeing it again.
Nice.
Now, Aaron, can you do me a favor?
Yep.
And can you open that up so we can see the entire front and back layout in one screen? There, so you see how everything is painted up like that? So you can maybe just a little higher. Yeah, you see how everything carries over from the front to back. Isn't that nice?
Take your time. There's a picture of some ladies with pasties in here, so you just take your time.
Is that why you picked it? Because the pictures of the ladies with the pasties?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, mostly, but no.
That's a great pick again. I couldn't figure out exactly what was going on in my head storyline with the album covers at that point. It seemed to me that Eddie had been resurrected in Live After Death.
Fortress of Solitude, that's what.
Right, and Fortress of Solitude, why? It looks like he's reproducing. He's giving birth to a new generation Eddie.
There's a very interesting point about it. There's a tour for the Seventh Son of a Seventh Son tour where it's very hard to find pictures of it. You can find it in the Best of the Beast booklet, but it's that Seventh Son Eddie holding his hands forward and with the baby thing in it, but it's clawing its way out, and you can see it's green with like a dark tan claws. And when they released the Final Frontier, there was a bit of hoo-ha about that's not really Eddie. So perhaps Final Frontier Eddie is Eddie's son.
A hybrid alien Eddie? Who knows?
Who's the guy?
What's wrong with $20 shirts? Jeez. And T-Bone thinks Aaron has been in lockdown a little too long.
Oh,
I don't know why. I don't know. Don't know what's giving him that idea. It's only been a year.
Actually, I can tell you precisely because I've been keeping track. Today is the 12th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends which side of the world you're on.
Yeah.
Today is day 357.
There you go.
Merry
There
Christmas.
you go. Well, Harrison, now it is time for your number 6.
Well, I'm a sucker for ancient Egypt. I've always loved ancient Egypt since I was a little kid. Hot in the Shade is my favorite Kiss artwork simply because it has Egypt on it. And so, of course, Powerslave, that massive imposing pyramid, or the ancient Egypt, the blue and the yellow again, just the symmetry. Symmetry's always nice. And, the little hidden messages are cool, but, I don't really squint at the artwork. I like to look at it in its full glory. I love how the pyramid comes back on Somewhere in Time as well.
Well, in my opinion, he's all in the same place. He got buried. He came back to death in Live After Death. You can see it on the back cover of Live After Death. And Somewhere in Time as well. He never left that area, in my opinion. In my storyline, my head story. This also has another great back cover, which would make Kevin happy. But I believe it says somewhere on either the front. Oh, here we go.
There we are.
Mm-hmm. somewhere either on the front or the back or the inside, there's an R2-D2. And it also says Indiana Jones was here somewhere on that cover, too.
Right in the front, right in the corner. It says Indiana Jones was here. And then right across from it here, it says, "What? My Guinness."
Well, I thought it was no Guinness, but okay. I don't speak fluent ancient Egyptian, but...
No.
Yeah, it says, "What? No Guinness."
Nice. No Guinness.
Then
No way.
Then it also has somebody at a drafting board. Right. You can't see it.
At a draft?
You can't see it, but it's so small. But yeah,
That's probably Derek Riggs drawing the artwork.
probably. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yep.
cool. That's a perfect segue to your turn, Deep.
Well, since I've been showing off some of my album covers already, I'm kind of gonna start shaking it up a bit, and because we already talked about Seventh Son, and now we've already kind of talked about Powerslave, so I thought I would go with this one because I really like the artwork.
Ah.
Yeah,
dual
Brave
artwork.
New World. Yeah,
Nice
so we pull this out here, this baby here,
This one almost made my list.
Yeah, me too.
and then you got
Oh,
the
yeah.
nice,
I like
the
the
nice
futuristic
gatefold.
scheme.
Yeah, I like the color scheme of it too. We talked about earlier with Seventh Son and the light blue and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
There's Eddie looking down on England.
Yeah,
So,
that's London. That's Tower Bridge in London.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
And
So,
incidentally, the Eddy portion in the clouds was done by
Hmm.
Derek Riggs, and then the bottom portion was CG by somebody else whose name I
Hmm.
don't have on the tip of my fingers.
but yeah,
Real-
great album cover. I mean,
Yep.
hell, I even got T-Bone to buy this one on CD when it came out because he was the first guy. He said to me one night, he said, "Man, I heard that new Maiden tune, The Wicker Man." I said, "You got to buy that. You got to buy it," and he did. So yeah,
Nice.
kudos to him. Pull that CD out tonight, T-Bone, and fire it up and show the family a good time.
Hang on a second. Did you say The Wicker Man?
Yeah, there you go. Hey,
There you
that's
go.
cool.
He didn't make my list tonight, but I pulled him out because I thought there might be an opportunity to show him off.
Well, there you go.
And Lana agrees that Brave New World is a great one with Eddie in the clouds and the color scheme, that blue and yellow again. There's some yellow in the logo. Did you own Powerslave on vinyl back in the day and then sell it and then buy it back again recently? Brian wants to know.
Actually, yeah, you know what? I bought all these records back when they came out, but you know what? Being kind of young and having a shitty stereo at the time, so when all these were reissued, my daughters would ask me, "Hey, Dad, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday?" Give them the list, and they basically stocked me up on all. These are all reissues. The only one I have originals like Mikey has Made in Japan, because that's never been reissued on vinyl. So everything I'm showing you here is basically whatever Maiden's put out in the last 5 years on their reissue thing. So to me, it's good enough, and they're pristine. So yeah, it's too bad. If I knew now what I knew back then, it'd be a different story. But oh well, live and learn. And plus, I gotten out of vinyl too.
Brian is begging me not to show off my Wicker Man. And then in another Wicker Man reference, "Not the bees! No, not the bees!" Which is actually a Nicolas Cage reference. I don't know. There you go. There you go. All right. So yeah, we're at my number 6, which I accidentally mixed up with my number 7, but who cares? This is a cool one. Back to the Seventh Son era. Oop, wrong one. No, right one. There we go. It's the evil that men do. And Harrison mentioned earlier that the devil had lightning wings. Well, it's a slightly different devil, but he's got the lightning wings. You can see them there. And he's got a contract. And look at that Eddie. He's still got the Somewhere in Time bionic eye. He's still got the bolt in the center of the head. He's got a cage with a little man in his mouth. This is insane, this artwork. Just crazy. And the back cover's kind of cool, too. Bruce Dickinson wielding a sword there. And this is still in the original bag from Sam the Record Man.
Wow.
$9.99.
Nice.
I miss that place.
$9.99.
Man, I miss that place.
Yeah. I miss records for $9.99.
You know, we used to go downtown Toronto, and we would go to HMV, and we would go to Sunrise and scope everything out, and then we would go to Sam's and buy it. Because it was always cheaper, and you were all in one place anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah, I miss those days, man. That was, you know, like T-Bone knows and Dar and stuff that here in Thunder Bay in about a 4-block vicinity in downtown, we had about 5 or 6 record shops. You know, we had Sam's, we had Music City, we had Record on Wheels, had a couple of local joints, and yeah, boom, just over time they all like.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it's so good. We'd all go around and see what each place had. Then we'd make that final decision of going back and buying from where and who and at whatever was cheapest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you would comparison shop.
Yeah.
I always
Now
remember
it's
a big
Amazon.
sign on the wall at Sam's, and it said, "We have it. We just have to find it."
Yeah. yeah. In other
Rob
words, we're not
Daniels
doing
wants to
anything
know if
alphabetical.
Eddie has had the same artist since the beginning. Derek Riggs did Eddie for the first 10 years, 12 years really, and then it was Melvin Grant with a little bit of Derek Riggs mixed in. Then it was Hugh Syme, and then it was, Melvin Grant again. It's been all kinds of artists, but Derek Riggs had an exclusive 10-year run, essentially. And Lana, I'm going to show you 2 more covers that are even creepier than that Evil That Men Do. Both from the same period. But we have Can I Play With Madness with a disembodied Eddie head, an arm going through, pulling out his brain, with his skull cracked open like a coconut.
Egg.
Mustard inside? Is that mustard?
That a corkscrew, Mike?
And that's also, the arm is a corkscrew also. The arm is also a corkscrew. And there's actual screws going into his face. So that's creepier. And then even creepier, the clairvoyant. Look at that. Like, what the fuck is it?
Quintesson.
What the fuck is that?
It's Eddie as a Quintesson.
Eddie as a Quintesson, except it's only 3. I don't know. Don't tell me that, Brian.
Don't do this.
Don't do that, Brian. Don't.
I've already bought Made in Japan 3 times.
Don't go there, Brian.
Wow.
Okay. So now we are actually heading into the top 5. Do you guys feel like taking a break, or do you want to keep going? Or
I'm good.
Keep going. Okay. Number 5, Aaron. Over to you.
Redundancy.
Yep.
For all of the reasons Harrison gave. I love it. Quick story with that. My dad is a grade school teacher and taught grade 4, and he always used to put these units together, like the ocean or outer space or whatever. With the other grade 4 teacher, they used to do these mass units, and one of them was ancient Egypt. And holy smokes, when you're 9 years old and you're going through all that stuff about mummification and the pyramids getting built and all the pharaohs and all the cool stuff like that, just your mind just, I've never forgotten it.
Same.
And
Stuck with me since then.
so yeah, this one's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
A couple comments regarding my clairvoyant single. The rarest find that Rob ever found at Sam the Record Man Toronto was Trapezes. You Are the Music, We're Just the Band, which I ended up getting used at my store on CD, remastered, I believe. Lana is going to continue to have nightmares about that clairvoyant cover. Apparently Made in Japan was mixed at Nimbus 9 in Toronto. Bob Ezrin worked out of that studio. And possibly the clairvoyant cover might have been based on some, or at least partially inspired by H.R. Giger. That's an interesting observation, Rob. It certainly has that twisted, surreal Giger kind of look. Also, a lot of biomechanical stuff going on with Eddie's from Somewhere in Time forwards. So maybe a good point there, Rob. I like it. Yeah, okay, so Harrison, number 5.
We've got a single it's a little cluttered, but I like it, and we'll get into why when you see the picture. It is the original, not like the Merry Christmas or whatever it was. It's the original Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter.
Yep, okay.
And I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that Eddie is emulating the Unleashed in the East pose, which is universally regarded as one of the coolest poses in rock and roll. You know?
Yeah.
Never even seen that before.
The thing that really, you know, like the icing on the cake for this one is you can see there's a bat who's gone and flown in front of the moon and spread his wings there in the top
looks
right,
like
the bat signal.
Yeah. Cool. I'll show off the other single as well.
I've never seen that before. That's actually really cool.
See, this
Right
is
on.
what
I'm
I
going
was
to show
hoping-
off the Harrison mentioned the Christmas single. I'll just show that off as well.
That's cool, Harrison. Nice one.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a busy one.
Here's the Christmas single, and you can see Harrison's is clearly a lot cooler, a lot more involved. Nice
And the
one,
splash
Harrison.
of red as well is a nice contrast against some of the other more muted colors.
Yeah. Nice one, Harrison. Really good pick. Mr. Super Deeks.
All right. So my next one, I don't think we even talked about this one yet.
No, we're going to get there, though. I'm
Yes,
glad
we
that you
are.
can show it off now.
That's awesome.
Keep that one on hand, Deke. We're going to need it later.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great album cover. And then I got this one, which I normally don't buy this stuff, but I had to buy it for Reach Out,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
you know? So kids out there watching 45.
Yes.
Nice.
Very cool, buddy. I'm just going to add something to augment yours.
Mhm.
Here's something from my personal collection. One moment. From the Wasted Years artwork, or sorry, the Somewhere in Time artwork, there's the Blade Runner spinner. I have a little toy
nice.
spinner vehicle.
6,000.
Yeah. That's cool, Deke. Keep that one on hand because we are going to need it later.
Okay.
Saves me from having to put up an image on the screen.
Roger.
My number 4 has been seen many times. Deke, maybe you can show this one off too. It's Powerslave.
Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
This is where we start to get into the duplicates.
Yeah. So there's Powerslave once again with the original gold on the top of the Great Pyramid, the way that it would have looked back in the ancient days. And 3D. One thing I liked about that album cover back in the day, again, I had my own headcanon of the Eddie storyline. So he's been killed, he's dead, he's been buried. And, of course, you know, the Egyptians believe in life after death. And then when Life After Death came out, he's bursting from the grave. And on the back cover of that album, you can see the pyramid in the background. Oh, look at that. With the Eye of Horus, pyramid imagery, and a frozen image from Deke. There we go. With the sarcophagus.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've got some more Powerslave related images as an addendum. On the Somewhere Back in Time compilation, you can see the crumbled version of the pyramid, as it would have been in modern day. And then on the front of it, you get this amalgamation of two.
Yeah.
Giant Eddie is bursting from it. Yeah. It hasn't made my list, but I don't mind it, that one.
Nice one. Good observation there, Harrison.
Yep.
Nice one. I screwed that up. I did them in the wrong order again. That's okay. That's okay. I actually want them switched, so that's fine. If I was doing this this list over again, I would switch the two. So that's actually fine. We will get there, Lana. Be patient. Be patient. We will get there. Okay, Harrison. Harrison. You're not Harrison. You're Aaron.
Harrison and Heron?
Harrison. Oh shit! And then we got Airy. It's too confusing here tonight. Aaron.
Yes, you can call me what you like, just don't call me late for dinner.
Right, exactly.
Don't call him Shirley.
Yes,
Don't
and don't
call me Shirley.
Yes. Airplane references. I love it. So this one is some redundancy.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Love it.
Also, Aaron, you know, there's an interesting parallel here. If you look at your CD sleeve there, you'll see the robotic hand that is, clawing for life. Very much echoing the hand clawing at Eddie's chest in the Killer's artwork. It's basically that is an updated Killer's. Eddie is still a killer, just that now his weapon is the laser pistol.
And the picture on the disc is fun too.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
And then that same face is on the back cover on the stage with them.
Yep, the Stranger in a Strange Land Eddie video. Yeah. I love that. I love that we get to look at a lot of these covers more than once. Okay, so now we've had Harrison, so now we're going to go to Harrison.
All right. We have Maiden England 88, the live album, the reissue from 2013.
Here we go.
And
there it is.
And this is one of the more muted ones in terms of color, but you still have those oranges, those reds, and the contrast between the grays and the oranges, and you got like the lighting done well. And I think it's also to do with the perspective, but this is one of the album covers that really makes you feel like you're right there, that Eddie's charging right at you. The Trooper did almost make my list, but I do prefer this one to the Trooper artwork.
Essentially an updated Trooper.
Yeah.
Very cool. Charge of the Light Brigade.
Yes.
Another great pick, Harrison. Whew. Okay. I can't screw up Deke's name. It's very easy. It's just Super Deeks.
Dekeson.
What do you got lined up for us? Oh, it's Live After Death. Live After Death. Lovely.
Nice.
You can see the lightning hitting Eddie square in the bolt in the middle of his head, recharging him, bringing him back to life.
Does the packaging get any better than this one, man? Holy shit. Like all these 3 decades later, it's still the best, bar none. I mean, that gatefold is just a selling shot, if anything. It's just like the gatefold pick in Kiss Alive 2. Impact shot. You know what you're getting when you go see Maiden, right?
Yeah.
Boom, right in your face. So, yeah, all-time great.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
This is my next pick. This is my copy of Made in Japan that I bought at Highway Market in Kitchener in 1985.
Japan.
Yeah.
Not Made in Japan. Sorry, Live After Death.
Weird looking Made in Japan.
Live After Death. We've already done Made in Japan. Eddie getting hit square in the forehead with that lightning bolt. He's broken the chains, but his arms are still bound by lightning, you can see. And there's some H.P. Lovecraft here in the corner on the tombstone. That is not dead, which can eternal lie, yet with strange aeons even death may die. And you can see here lies Edward T.H., rest in peace. And as kids, we always were wondering, well, what does the T.H. stand for? Turns out it's Eddie the Head. Because as Bronze Leg was talking about earlier tonight, he used to be just a head, a mask on the back of the stage. Eddie the Head was his name. So on the tombstone, Eddie T.H., Eddie the Head. On the back cover, there's tons of messages written on those tombstones, such as here lies Derek Riggs. It's the only tomb with a flower. It's the Derek Riggs. There's a black cat with a halo. There's one tombstone here that says, "Let it rip." There's another one that says, "Freedom of Rock, rip." There's another one that says, "Metal lives." And in the background, you can see the pyramids. So Eddie hasn't wandered too far from where he was. And the Grim Reaper as well in the clouds. There's so much going on. And as Deke alluded to, on the inside, so much more. It doesn't get any better than Live After Death. And I'm so happy and proud to still own my original copy. And we have a new viewer. Hello, Alyssa. I'm glad that you love Iron Maiden so much.
Yeah.
So do we.
Up the irons.
And that Live After Death Eddie, is he on fire? Yeah, actually, Lana,
More or less.
He is on fire. That's electrical fire, I assume.
See, when I was a kid, I looked at the cover and I saw him emerging from the tomb. Well, not a kid, but younger. I saw him emerging from the tombstone, and I thought it was Live After Death because that's what he was doing.
It's a double entendre. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a double entendre. So I'm right that we have all done our number 4s?
Yep.
Okay. So before we go into the top 3, let us take a break because my voice is starting to hurt a little bit. So let's take a break. We have some music videos that we can choose from, but I think Kevin had one that he wanted to hear. Kevin, are you still watching, or are you getting ready for your own superstardom later on tonight?
Sarka had one she wanted to hear, I believe.
Sarka had one she wanted to hear. That's right. They mentioned Iron Maiden on the Players' Championship Golf today.
Oh,
interesting. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, Sarka did have a request. See if I can find her comment from earlier. Well, it doesn't really matter. We know what her request was, don't we? Shall we take a 3-minute break and reconvene in a couple of minutes?
Sure.
I clearly need a coffee. It's quite obvious.
Nature's calling.
Nature is calling, and so is Buried on Mars, Mr. Yeah, okay, there we go. Without further ado, by request, Eric cannot get mad at me because this is 100% by viewer request. Here it is, folks. The hit single by T-Bone Erickson.
Damn thing down the stairs seemed like the thing to do. Then I ripped the bloody door right off the loo. Because when your day starts just like this, and opened up is when I hear Nikki says, and opened up is don't care if you're not impressed, and opened up is. Did I mention I was a house guest and opened up is? Heading out this evening to meet up with my boys. For a couple beers we'll make a little noise. Checked out the telly to find out what's the score. But the Patriots, they ain't no good no more. I threw that telly on the floor, then caught shit from the man. So I made a beeline straight for the can. Because when your evening starts like this, and opened up is when Tom Brady leaves the Patriots, and opened up is hey, I almost never miss, and opened up is everybody take a look at this, and opened up is don't care about your rules, don't live my life to please you fools. If you don't like it, turn the other way. Like there's no child writing songs with kiss and open doors. Like 90s ballads from Aerosmith and open doors. When the Jays can't get no hits and open doors. When your socks they smell like this and open doors. When you just don't give a shit and open doors. I think you get the gist and open doors.
By request, I am absolved of all blame.
Play it again.
That was ODP by T-Bone. And I think we have a fan in England. The gospel of T-Bone is spreading.
When's the LeBrain Train OST releasing?
Yeah, you know what? I would think more likely we might see a T-Bone, some kind of T-Bone project emerging in the future. So good, T-Bone. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Meat. Like, it's by request. I can't do anything about that. My hands are tied. My hands are tied. Okay, so moving on. Aaron, you were taking us into the Iron Maiden album covers top 3. What do you got for us, buddy?
Yes, and remember I said there were a couple singles I thought you gave me, and there was one that didn't have Eddie on the cover?
Yeah.
It was this one.
Ah, yes, okay. Yep.
Now, this is interesting because it's just a single sheet of paper.
Yeah.
And then it folds out. It's like a poster inside. So you've got this, and then you've got this.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So strange. So strange.
But
But what is this, Aaron? The CD itself, though, is that not a picture CD with the Eddie Wickerman on it?
Nope.
It's not. Okay. Huh, interesting. I'm sure I have that, but...
And the back cover is just a fire. But yeah, I could have sworn that you had given me those, but my memory of last...
It's possible, but I think more than likely we saw them in TO, and I said, Aaron, pick them up.
That happens too, yeah.
Yeah.
And I say, okay.
Eric is not happy with me, but...
that wasn't my pick.
Aaron, Lana says that she remembers that cover from our Toronto videos.
There you go. So
that could be definitive right there. Yeah, so what is your pick, Aaron?
It's been done before.
The matter of life and death. There you go. So now we see a physical copy of it. Nice.
And the artwork on the CD is fun.
Yes, I loved that logo. I loved it. Yeah. Good stuff, Aaron. You know, Brian was given that set list a hard time earlier, and we won't get into it because we already did with the bootleg show. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, an Iron Maiden set is no two tours are the same. And the opportunity to hear so much new material that you're never going to hear again, to me, like, I'm glad I have that bootleg of that tour. Harrison is definitely right, though, that the second leg of that tour had some scorchers in it, too. But that, again, you can go back and watch our bootlegs episode if you want to check that out, because we got into it. Harrison, you're number 3.
Alrighty, we have a compilation album this time. It's not Best of the Beast. That almost would have made the list, but no, it's instead From Fear to Eternity.
Right. One moment. I have to admit, Harrison, I was kind of surprised that you didn't pick Best of the Beast.
I did sort of forget about it. Then after I made my list, I was just like, I got this list how I want it. Do I want to shove something else in there and mess around and then have to kick something off? So I sort of that. But I love how you've got this really rich, vibrant orange for a lot of it. And it contrasts really well with all these darker grays and darker colors and stuff. And I just love all the Easter eggs. You've got every album from the 90s represented in some way there.
And beyond, and into the 2000s.
Yeah, actually, sorry, yeah, not the 90s. Every album from the 90s onwards is represented there.
You can clearly see the Wicker Man. You can clearly see the tank, the tree.
You've got, in chronological order, you have the tombstone in the bottom left. You have the tree on the right. Then you have the X scratched into the tree.
For X Factor.
Behind the Wicker Man, sorry, to the left of the Wicker Man, you've got, the burnt buildings and the people from Virtual 11.
Yeah.
Then you've got the Wicker Man from Brave New World, the Grim Reaper from Dance of Death, the tank from A Matter of Life and Death, and the tank has the Final Frontier logos on it.
Brilliant, Harrison. You're an encyclopedia, buddy. Just a quick applause.
We're not worthy.
We're not worthy. Talking about some Canadian content, we could do Rush album covers in another episode, perhaps. Right. Alyssa's favorite Iron Maiden albums are the classic trio, Peace of Mind, Number of the Beast, and Powerslave. That's what I call the classic trio. Eric is very, very unhappy with me tonight. Paying hundreds of dollars to listen to 99% songs that were released the same week, so we had no way of hearing it, is not a good idea. I get his point. But great work, El Mustachios. And thank you for your thorough research. Over to you, Super Deeks. Okay, solo layout we go. Lovely.
And you've picked
the
reissue cover with the black background.
Reissue all the way, man. Reissue all the way. And
oh, it's a picture disc.
Oh, yes.
With the Run to the Hills artwork.
Now that's...
And the Number of the Beast art. You know what? I'm really glad you're showing that off because I kind of wanted to see that artwork tonight. We have another new viewer. Hello, Alexis and Alyssa. There's two of you.
Hi.
My goodness, there's two of you.
Hello.
Mikey can count.
Check that out, man. Mr. Braun's Legs been to that creepy farmhouse on the front cover of the first Black Sabbath album.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool, thanks for sharing that one, Deke.
Just
I've never seen... There's an original. This is
the original.
Nice.
Right? And what's interesting is on the LP itself, you have the tracks, but then on the other side, you've got the face.
Oh, Bonus Eddy. Bonus Eddy artwork. That's awesome. That is awesome. Brian is very jealous about that.
That's cool because nobody was doing that kind of stuff back then on the record labels.
You
might get the KISS logo and stuff like that, but that's really cool.
Let's go back to Live After Death real quick because I remember there was a unique artwork on the center disc of Live After Death. Speaking of which, here's some of what Deke was talking about with the insane amount of content inside this record. But okay. So you get this neat little additional piece of artwork on the center disc of Eddie's hand clawing its way out of the dirt.
Track listing too on that.
Yeah. So that's cool too. And nice, man, these guys went so over the top with all their packaging. Really, you know, you could tell they were trying even from day one when they didn't have the budget to do gatefolds. But you could tell they were really trying to put in 110% content for you, the listener.
I was going to say, they understood their audience because they are the same, right? They want the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor Derek has to draw 4 different pictures just for one album.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Wonderful pick. Super Deeks. Or is it my turn? It's my turn.
Your turn. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Just going to quickly put some comments on here. That's interesting. We'll
Great
talk
song.
about that maybe after the show real quick. And so if anybody wants to get to the spooky house, which isn't spooky in real life, there are the directions. My number 3 is, I think I have it here on vinyl, I hope. Because I did have it on vinyl at one point. There it is. My favorite. You guys know I like time travel. This was my first year of high school, and I guess that's the date of release, August 25th, 86.
Or the date of the album, perhaps. I'm not sure.
It could be the date of the album release, yes. They're traveling forward in time to 2050, and currently they're sitting in 1999. There's the Eddy that we've seen before, that sort of Eddy shadowed look. Do not waste your time searching for those wasted years. You can see clues from past album covers and a soccer stadium.
We'll get back to the soccer stadium.
If you look really, really close, there's Doctor Who's TARDIS in the time tunnel there.
Yep.
And there's Reach Out for Lana. Reach out!
And the Sheriff of Huddersfield.
And the there's a caricature of the Sheriff of Huddersfield himself. And a really funny picture of Bruce. He looks really kind of dazed. Wasted years. Spoiler alert, we're heading into futuristic Maiden territory on my list. I have clear favorites, and you will be seeing them tonight. All right. I used up most of Deke's turn. I apologize. Wow, we are really spreading out here, so we got to keep it clean. But I'm glad that you're getting into heavy rock music. That's the age I was when I was getting into heavy rock music.
I would have been around that age when I first heard Maiden, but I didn't start getting into it till about 3 or 4 years after that. Properly, I mean.
Awesome. Okay. Top 2. Aaron Stew. Time to go. Time to go.
I am going to give some love to the new.
Aha! Nice.
Knights of the Dead, Legacy of the Beast, live in Mexico City. And it's just a super cool with the cane there with the skull on the end and the gun in his hand and the what do you call that outfit with the scarf and the
scarf is called a cravat, I believe.
Yeah, but the button down, there's a bolero's a hat, isn't it? What's the there you go.
Here, I'm gonna put another one up on the screen here.
Yeah.
Maybe the viewers can educate us. What is that get-up called?
Yeah.
Harrison, do you... look at the Spitfire right in the middle there. With
I love that one.
Triple gatefold.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Harrison, can you offer an opinion here? Do you think that Eddy has any resemblance to the Angel and the Gambler Eddy?
He's got the cane, so I see, and he's wearing the suit, so I see what you're getting at here. I think Angel and the Gambler Eddy had wings, though. But I love the ornate gun of that Eddy.
The gangster gun.
This one is flip
Knights of the Dead.
You got the book version.
But if you open it up, there's a couple of different ones. There's this one.
Yeah.
And then there's this one.
Sombrero Eddy.
And then on the back, there's this one.
Trooper Eddy.
And then on the inside, underneath the CDs, there's this.
Oh.
Devil Eddy.
And Icarus there too, falling.
Oh yeah.
And the crash.
And the dead Spitfire.
So this is really phenomenal, this set. I love this. And then you get all the band pictures on the inside and everything.
You know what's cool about that is that those two pictures that you shown, Aaron, like the center spread there, not even in the vinyl. I think they did different things for each release. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Brian says it's a Charo outfit.
There you go. Thank you. I knew it was something.
Or simply a double-breasted suit. Lana was only 11 or 12 when she first heard Judas Priest. That's pretty cool. Alyssa also thinks it's pretty cool. And Eric has some very, very good advice for me. He is not happy. You know what? I don't think I can ever play that song again. I don't think I can.
It'll have to be the Japanese bonus track on T-Bone's album.
I don't think he's ever gonna forgive me for playing that song ever again.
LeBrain in Japan.
Man, my head is splitting with the stress. Kevin was late.
2 years ago.
He's lying. Chris Sarr, he's a closet Current River fan. He's talking about Harrison Kopp here because Harrison, to go into your turn, actually, why don't you just tell us your top 5 bands real quick for Chris Sarr?
It's very hard to nail top 5, but it goes
quickly. Name your top 5.
Maiden, Sabbath, Rainbow, Judas Priest, ELO.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, Harrison, what's your number 2?
Number 2 and number 1 spot, it was very, very close. But we have the original debut album cover. The one that wasn't even meant to be Eddie originally.
Gotcha.
It's another one of those.
Oh, right. Yes, it wasn't meant to be Eddie originally. You're right. Derek Riggs designed this to be basically a punk band's album cover.
Because, punk was all
the rage. You can tell by the punk
time.
hair. Look at the punk hair.
I love it. It's very. You've got the yellow, and then you've got the grey sky, and it's just Eddie standing there. It's simple, but it's really effective.
Yes. And somewhere in that cover is the Derek Riggs logo that we looked at earlier, and
I love how all that spiky hair going everywhere. We don't really see that hair much after that period, but it's I like that hairdo on him actually.
On the revised album cover, which I don't have set up to show, but it's it's not as good.
I can get the revised.
Harrison's going to show us a copy.
I have to do it very carefully though.
Okay.
I can get No Prayer for the Dying too.
Another thing is I think they put red in his eyes.
That was what I didn't like, because Eddie doesn't have red eyes.
No.
Also, the head doesn't look as like it's as a tap. Oh, getting a bit of glare there.
That's okay. We can get the gist. It's clearly a more refined version of the same art, but I don't think it has the same vibe. Personally,
it's more realistic. But I just like the vibrant yellows of the original, and this is No Prayer for the Dying. What the redrawn one looked like. They actually removed the grave dude.
They removed the guy. They took the guy out.
He's on the CD as well.
There's the original cover with the guy.
Yeah, and the lightning eyes. And then you've got
the revised cover with the red eyes and no guy.
But the revised cover does have an inscription on here, because I think Derek Riggs, he left it blank for the band to add an inscription on the original, but for whatever reason they didn't get around to sending it to him or whatever. So it was just a blank on the I actually read out what it says.
The whole original No Prayer cover struck me as very rushed.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I can see that. It says, after the daylight, the night of pain, that is not dead, something, something, rise again.
Probably more Lovecraft, probably.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Deke, what you got, brother?
Open up the screen, buddy.
I like the way you think. Oh, is that Diano era? Yes, it is. Yeah. Was that Killers? It is Killers. Yeah. You're really selling me in these reissues, Deke. You're really selling me. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh!
Wow.
That's the Purgatory cover.
That's the Purgatory, and then we've got Phantom of the Opera.
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, you know what? This album was my back in the summer of '81 was my entry point into the world of Maiden. I mean, never seen an album cover like that before in my life. I mean,
Killers was the first Maiden album I bought with my own money. I was in the shop and I had Peace of Mind and I had Killers, and I was weighing these two up because they were the ones that I'd heard the least from, and I went with Killers, and it blew me away, and I'm pretty sure I made the right decision.
Nice.
You certainly did. And you know what the selling point for me on it was like, I mean, this is obviously the reissue, but on the original, when I got this and I seen how cool this is what sold me, was that live shot. Because, being 15 at the time, 14, 15, and, You know what? I'm going to do solo layout again. Look at Eddie spewing smoke out of his mouth on that back cover.
And there's the two roadies dressed as Eddie. Actually, no, that was on the
hopping
interior.
on a bronze leg mentioned that. But isn't that cool? Isn't that cool?
That was in the interior shot, the Eddies.
So, Lana thinks that the Eddie on the original cover with the red eyes looks more dead and gauntly looking. That's interesting.
Well, I'll agree the cover's a bit more lifeless than the original.
And she thinks that the half Eddie devil is actually creepier than the clairvoyant Eddie, which I totally disagree with. Okay, before I do my number 2, I just want to make an announcement. I would like to just address Eric Litwiller personally. I have deleted ODP from my StreamYard queue. It will never be played again on this show. I pledge to you. I beg your forgiveness. I have actually, I did. I actually deleted it from the queue. I totally did. It's gone. Not there anymore. I can't play it. Okay, my number 2.
Life goes on.
Yeah, life goes on. Life goes on. It's a good song. My number 2. I'll show you the McFarlane figure.
T-Bone's got some gems in the vault, man.
Yeah, we got more music coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Instead of showing the album cover that we've seen a number of times, I'll show you the McFarlane. Somewhere in Time, Eddie. It's I'm a sucker for this period. The cybernetics, the Blade Runner references, the fucking laser guns. This is a cool Eddie. Unfortunately, my box is a little dinged on the back. It's bound to happen after 25 years of shelf wear. I don't have that peace of mind Eddie that you see in the picture, but
that one would be a good display piece, the piece one, because you presumably get a silent bit to go around in.
Yeah, you do. At least I don't think I have it. It's not down there, is it?
That reminds me, because poor Eddie is chained up. He's got, and you saw on the back cover, he's got no choice. He has to do an open door piss.
The door's open. It's true. And I forgot to show this off. This Powerslave Eddie.
Nice.
Isn't that neat? This is a totally different line. This is Nika, which is a completely separate line. So I have in my collection, just what's around me, 3 separate lines of Eddie figures with this Powerslave, the McFarlanes, and the Reactions. You can see how this is a very expensive hobby. I don't really need to... crap. Okay, fine. I'll play it again. It's me that needs to be canceled. Crap. I can't win. I cannot win. I don't need to elaborate anymore on Somewhere in Time. We've gone through it. Which brings us to our final round. The number 1s. Over to you, Ace Stew.
Okay, so you got to make the screen bigger.
You got it. Here we go.
Magic.
Ooh. Here we go, buddy.
There you go. Because this last one for me is a twofer. Because to me they are inextricably linked.
Live one and dead one?
Okay, yeah, 100%.
Book of Souls,
no
live chapter.
Yep.
These are the hardcover editions. And when you go into it's the same as the Mexico ones. You get the hardcover book and all the hey, look, there's my ticket stub.
Nice.
From having gone. But you get the the Eddie
the from tribal Eddie.
Yeah. Which was really quite cool to see. But if you go through the book, there's more artwork all sort of laced through it. There's this one here.
I love that one.
Yeah, with the 6 heads.
Yeah, this is just the Book of Souls. That's not even the live one.
That's cool.
And then it's just sort of the hieroglyphs and stuff on the inside. But yeah, I had not remembered that I had put my ticket stub in there. Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Book of Souls tour, Sunday, April 3rd, 2016 at 7:30 p.m.
5 years ago. Nice.
That's crazy.
And that night was the night we drove back in a massive snowstorm.
April in Canada, you just never know which way it's going to go.
2.5 hour drive. This is the live one. 2.5 hour drive took I want to say 5 hours. But yeah, I never took the CDs out of this one. Anyway, but yeah, those two are, to me, they just go hand in hand. Gotta be. Great memories.
Awesome. Awesome. Back when concerts were a thing.
Yes.
Yep.
That is the one when I got you the menu. Remember,
Yes,
I sent
which
you
I
guys
have,
the
yeah.
menus
Yeah.
from the restaurant.
Yeah, I got that one too. Yeah.
Hang on a second.
The Book of
Maybe
Souls
one-
almost
Maybe one of you
made
can
my
enlighten
list.
me. What's the Iron Maiden game that these two are playing? Is that a mobile game?
I believe it's, Legacy of the Beast. I believe the tour was based off it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
the story goes, we bought tickets to the Maiden show, and then Brother Wolf that I went with, he had a friend who worked in the ACC, and he said, no, come with me. And he got us seats because he was a chef in the restaurant at the time in the venue. And so he got us seats in the restaurant right at the railing at the back of the venue. So we had full view over top of everybody's heads with restaurant service, our own bathroom, whatever you want. And so there was a menu.
Yeah,
It
there it
was
is.
specific.
You
to the
framed it.
show. Yeah, well, of course I did.
Beautiful.
So yeah, and I remember
How much for the steak?
the strip loin,
Yeah.
which was spelt risotto, cipollini, and bacon, was $59. I did not have that. I
Yeah,
think I
two.
had the burger.
Two. So there you go. It's the Legacy of the Beast phone app. That's cool. There've been a number of Maiden games over the years, haven't there?
Ed Hunter was one.
Ed Hunter being the first.
Melt was going to be one, then it got
Melt was going to be
reconfigured
one.
into Ed Hunter.
And my copy, I don't know if your copy of
Mine
Beast of the
does.
Beast. Yeah. the
I'm
little
so
stickers-
scared of removing that sticker now after that many years.
I wouldn't remove it. It's history.
I'm not
It's
going to.
yeah.
Although it does obscure one of the Eddies.
Yeah. Just look at a picture online of that.
Yeah.
You absolutely need to. Okay, so Harrison, your
Book of Souls was so close to making my list on this one. It's probably my favorite album of all time, but just got shafted off. Anyway, my number one, it's Contrarian Time.
Yeah.
By process of elimination, LeBrain should already know which one this is.
Well, I'm going to put it up and you tell me if I'm right.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blaze Bailey.
Yeah, you've got this really poses. He's like front and center. He's reaching forward and stuff, threatening. You've got a ton of that red and like the red and the black and stuff. And then the red bleeds into a bit of orange down the bottom. And then you've got, because I said the two colors that dominate my list are the shades of red, the shades of blue. This one melds both of them, and I love how that bottom left. I play soccer as well, so I like that. I love how the bottom left has the blue, and then you've got the red in the top right. And I just love everything about this album. There's a Jigsaw coming out in April. I'm getting that.
Of this?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I just like to point out a couple of things here. It's Melvin Grant back doing the artwork,
Yep.
so you've got the red eyes and sort of the Nosferatu look of the Eddy. Instead of the bolt, his head is split down the middle, and you can kind of
the brains look like they're coming out.
Yeah. Very similar to sort of the intestines on the tree Eddy. And you see these demon kind of looking figures off to the right, or souls of some kind.
Yeah.
But the way I see this album cover is the kid is wearing this virtual reality device, which of course was a thing that we talked about in the 90s. Because we all have that now. But he's immersed in his own idyllic world of soccer and blue skies and green grass, while the world around him is burning.
I almost forgot. This is the only album that has a 3D lenticular cover, and I so want that one.
Which I have. Do you want me to go grab it?
Yes, please.
One moment.
Did the CD have it too?
No, just you get a little slip that you slip in front of the CD booklet.
Oh, okay.
And it's a 3D cover. It's actually... I'll wait till Brian gets it right.
I wonder if mine did.
I think HMO said he had it, and then he threw it out, and I'm just like...
Yeah.
Because that's a pain in the butt to get now.
Okay,
But,
false alarm. It's not filed, which means I'm not going to be able to grab it handily.
Hold on.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a different album cover because the Virtual 11 is shifted off to one side. It's technically not the same cover, that 3D bit.
Cool. Eric Litwiller, I should have played scenes from the Ed Hunter video game. You know, that's a good point. I bet you it's too bad I didn't think of that. There's stuff on YouTube I could have grabbed. And Aaron's got his Virtual 11 CD. This is the regular CD because I sent.
Yeah, no, I don't have the.
This is the one I sent you when I bought the lenticular. I bought the lenticular with you in Toronto.
Okay.
And I wonder if there's a picture of it on my website.
Very rarely played.
Because I would, very rarely played. You didn't like it.
Blow the dust off of that one.
My lenticular. Looks like I didn't take pictures of it, did I?
Wasn't my favorite.
There's a couple of good tracks on there, but it's that was a tough listen.
Oh,
the one before it's better.
Here it is. Apparently, Aaron. According to my website, I did not buy it from you. I bought it from Encore Records, but I sent you my copy. And here is my lenticular Virtual 11. You can see where the logo
and the name
offset.
as well is actually offset.
Oh, the name is offset. And
but
there's
it's technically a different cover.
Taken out and slightly deformed. You can see how Eddie, his hand shifts. He's grabbing the kid.
Yeah. Virtual 11 is dominating my Grail list. I mean, there's only two things on there, but it's Virtual 11 with the 3D cover and Virtual Light Strikes over front.
Yeah, I know what
is that
is.
the Grail list on the KMA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically not a list for me.
More new viewers. We have, it looks like Linda Carter is joining us. Hello. Wow.
Yeah, there we
Dream
go.
2.5 saw Maiden in 85 and 2003. That's a nice little contrast right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry that all these people are catching the end of the show. I guess we can keep talking for a little while, right?
They'll tune in, they'll see Virtual 11 and they'll think, oh, they just started.
Yeah, right, exactly. They don't realize that we're dealing with Contrarian Cop here, and this is his number one. You know what, Harrison? Just a quick shout out to Angel and the Gambler. Had some good artwork from that album. And I believe Future Reel had an inner cover that was kind of neat. A little... One of them had a fold-out poster that was computer designed by Derek Riggs.
Yeah. And the other was just Somewhere in Time, Eddie.
The Japanese version of Virtual 11 is 2 CD, as we well know.
Yeah, it's got 2 live tracks from the X Factor era, but I think they're on Best of the B-sides. Yeah,
they're both on the single.
Yeah.
American Dream 2.5 is a dude, but Wonder Woman is so hot. I'm not going to argue.
X Factor...
Thanks for
X
joining
Factor
us.
Japanese 2 CD is the one where it's really at, because that's got the 3 offcuts on
it. In my opinion, the desirable one is the X Factor, because the X Factor had that one vinyl only track, I Live My Way.
That's so actually it's on the Japanese 2 CD of the X Factor, which is
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
The thick case that I saw in Toronto and didn't buy because it was like $65 or whatever. Peace of Mind and Brave New World. We have shown both of those album covers tonight. I'm really sorry you're checking us out at the very end here. We're on our number ones. We started at 11 tonight.
You can watch it on YouTube Rewind later on.
Watch it on YouTube Rewind. Check out all the wonderful artwork. Album covers, action figures. There's the Aces High Eddie. We've been showing off so much cool stuff tonight. So, Somewhere in Time was epic? You think Somewhere in Time was epic? So is this. The Somewhere in Time Eddie. Yeah, so check out the show. It was a lot of fun. But we are at our number one now. With Deke. And you're number one.
Big screen, buddy.
Oh. Okay. What is that? Happy birthday, Derek. Love you lots. Heather and Jenny.
Story. When I turned 50.
Yes.
Soon the girls threw me a surprise birthday party, and a bunch of my pals from work showed up. And 2 of the girls, Heather and Jenny, bought me this one. You ready?
Yep. Another Diano. That's got to be the first album because it's Dennis Stratton.
Yeah.
Good eye, Mikey. Good eye.
And it's the original artwork of the first album.
Wow. Cool.
Wow, I've never seen that picture before.
That's in the 1998 remaster. It was a whole photo shoot.
And
censored or okay, uncensored?
That's Thatcher, and there's the very first appearance of Eddie right there.
Yep,
running free.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty damn cool, huh? So, just so you know, never have played any of these picture ones.
No, they're pristine,
not even touching the needle. Not even touching.
So thank you, American Dream 2.5 for watching tonight. Just so you know, this is a segment that we call the Nigel Tufnell Top 10, and usually you'll find us every week running down lists of 11. That's why we call it the Nigel Tufnell Top 10, because it goes up to 11. And tonight we're doing Iron Maiden's best album covers, and I go last with my number 1. And I'm sure that this is a big shock to you. I'm a little surprised that nobody else picked it, because I think it's absolutely wonderful. This is my probably favorite piece of Maiden artwork ever. Stranger in a Strange Land. Again, based on Blade Runner. This is only a portion of the artwork. I couldn't find a good image. There's a green Martian lady somewhere in there. Look at the cool insectoid alien. Look at that other kind of bug-eyed alien with the green hat. Eddie's packing heat on his hip there. He's lit a cigarette. He's wearing the kind of like that Desperado hat. He's got the brown trench coat. He's clearly the cybernetic Eddie. Does it get any cooler than that? Just tell me that. It doesn't. That's my number 1. You can really see where I'm geared as far as my Iron Maiden artwork goes. I am somewhere in time. That was my grade 9 year. Cover. My formative year. Grade 9.
You know, what was the single you showed there earlier? That was Wasted Years. Yeah, that date I think was this of August. I think that's when Wasted Years, the single, came out, because remember the album coming out in September and just messing up my first month of school because I was just too focused on Somewhere in Time and the artwork and the songs that homework did not even get done. So I remember it around that time frame, you know. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff there.
Going back to your vinyl, apparently the photo shoots are in her booklet for the Killers album. Can you use the Lasso of Truth to ask Mike if he got rid of the ODP video? I did delete it off my StreamYard. I didn't delete it off my computer. T-Bone still has it. It's still on YouTube, on T-Bone's YouTube. I don't want to upset my buddy Eric again, that's all. It's not worth upsetting my buddy Eric, but maybe he'll let me play it again. Maybe. Wow, indeed. I'm not going to do that. And she meant Iron Maiden's first album, not Killers. Well, thank you guys for your lists. I got tons more vinyl here to show you that I kind of want to show you.
Go ahead.
Bring it.
Check this one out. Out of the Silent Planet. Colored vinyl.
Eddie for President.
Eddie for President. On the back cover, look at the cool alien head. See that? Isn't that wicked? Here's one that's very rarely seen. This is a promotional CD that came to me from my buddy Dan Slesser, who I've lost track of Dan today. I don't know where he is, but I used to have him on my social media. He used to write for Kerrang! Magazine, and when Iron Maiden's Final Frontier was coming out,
I love those ones.
Look at the comic book artwork for El Dorado.
Nice.
Isn't that wicked? And it looks like a vinyl single, but it's actually a CD single.
There was another comic book one for, I think, Satellite 15, The Final Frontier as well. I love those comic book artworks.
Isn't that brilliant? Probably, the Final Frontier Eddie, it might be my least favorite Eddie. It strays a little bit away from what I like.
Yeah, a lot of people held a similar opinion, I believe, when it was released.
I mean, it's not the end of the world, right?
I mean,
not the end of the world. Here's another nice record. The Reincarnation of Benjamin Brigg. This is a 10-inch. He's digging up Benjamin Brigg. Eddie knows a little bit about graveyards, and this is a clear vinyl too.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll tell you something sad though. I was looking earlier for my copy of. Oh yeah. Let's just put that in biggened.
Embiggened.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's how you package a record, man.
They know what they're doing. What was I going to say? Sorry, when I was putting my stuff together to show off today, there was one record I can't find. I have a shaped picture disc for Clairvoyant. I can't find it.
Oh, nice.
I cannot find it. I scoured. All my records. This is my vinyl room. All my records are right over there. I cannot find it. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it was stolen or what.
Did it get flipped into another one?
I looked, Aaron.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm hoping it. I'm going to scour some more tomorrow, but I'd hate to have lost it. I really wanted to show it off tonight.
On the topic of album covers, and because Derek Riggs actually has this nice big thick book with a lot of his artwork in it.
Yes.
I don't have it, but I'm not sure. I think he goes through all the artwork he's done for bands and Maiden as well. But there's also, I know there's stuff in it, like he did draw a potential cover for The Wicker Man, which ended up getting rejected. So there's like some behind the scenes art that is in that book that you haven't seen yet.
Well, Harrison, it's funny you should mention that book. Because
that's Popoff, isn't it?
No, it's Derek Riggs. It's his own book.
No, you're hang on. Deke is right. Deke is right. Written by Mark
it
Bob.
is. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think he
that's the
mentioned
one
that.
I'm talking about.
Didn't he mention that when we had him on, Deke? I can't remember.
Yeah, we asked him about that the first time we had him on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. Thanks for bringing up one of our favorite guests.
Paperback, or is it a coffee table size, or what is it?
I don't think it's coffee. I think it's bigger than a small paperback, but I don't think it's hardcover. No, I don't. I could be wrong, but hey, Mikey, that's where your disc is. That's where your disc went. Zinger's got it. He broke in, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Brian, and welcome to the community. We are happy to have you. It's always great when new people show up.
Every Friday night at 7.
Yeah. Although that may change in the spring. You guys might remember last spring I was doing it on Saturdays, and I may return to doing that a couple of times this spring.
Spring is sprung.
Boys, thank you so much for doing that. And just for the new people, again, that's something we call the Nigel Tufnell Top 10.
Nigel, Tufnell. The top 10. Nigel, Tufnell. The top 10. Nigel, Tufnell. Oh, these ones go up to 11. Nigel, Tufnell. The top 10. Nigel, Tufnell.
So having drawn the Nigel Tufnell portion of the show to a close, is there anything else you guys want to talk about tonight? I know, Harrison, you wanted to talk about stuff like some Queensryche, whatever. Throw me. You want to stick around? You want to chat? Throw me some stuff.
You know what, guys? I'm going to check out.
Oh, thank you, Deke. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here tonight, Deke. Deke, before you go, I will see you next week for the 1-year anniversary show featuring our special guest, Mr. Brent Jensen himself. No Sleep Till Sudbury, Brent Jensen.
Actually, I have a question too for Deke before you go.
Yeah.
Is this the first weekend where the Crocs thing is available again?
I believe so. I think, check it out. It's
I'm going to.
at the, I think it's a all-female film festival, I think. Hey, Mikey, all the movies are female?
Yeah, it's all female directors, and Kristen Kozlowski, her film is one of the featured films.
Well, then
I'm sure that
Frank, you got to watch it, man. You got to watch it, and definitely if you find the time and you dig it, write a review, and we'll make sure Frank sees it, man. Because you know what?
I wanted to last time around, but I wasn't in the space to do it.
Yeah, he
enough.
loves this grassroots level thing that we have going through WordPress. He didn't even really know that it existed until I told him about it, and he came on and talked to us. He just thought it's the coolest thing because it's like he's a big music lover and it's fans, right? He loves, people, and he's not the suit guy, right? He's a rock fan himself. So,
Aaron, did you watch the live stream that we did with Frankie? Did you ever watch that?
I did. Yeah, I believe
so.
I did.
You know the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have him back on down the road too when he gets some free time, and because we got a bunch more to discuss. So we got to go see check on Wild Bill, see if Kevin can do some dusting up and rip some posters. But anyways, guys, thanks for having me.
Take care, Deke. Thanks for joining us. I will see you next week. No sleep till next week, buddy.
Cheers.
See ya.
See ya.
Next week, we're going to be doing CD giveaways, too.
Really?
I haven't decided on the question, but we'll be doing a trivia question, put the names in a hat, and do a draw.
Nice.
Okay.
My answer is 6.
So, just for the record, he is not upset about the open door piss, just for the record. But I am not allowed to riff on me being riffed. So, do damn cancel culture here, LeBrain. That's like an Inception level of stuff. We have a request here, I think we can say. Alexis and Alyssa like Queensryche.
Ooh, uh-oh.
So maybe, Harrison, do you want to quickly talk about what we wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I wanted to, because I listened to Operation Mindcrime, and I don't like it, and I wanted to try and articulate why, because it's a bit of a lengthy reason why, and I wanted to make this reason known because I don't want people to think I'm just being a contrarian for the sake of being a contrarian.
Okay. So I'll add some context here. A few weeks ago, we did our Nigel Tufnell top 10 list on concept albums. Aaron, did you participate that week? I can't remember.
Yeah, I was there.
You did? Okay, so Aaron was there. We were all here. Yeah. A lot of us put Operation Mindcrime fairly high on the list. And Contrarian Cop does not like Mindcrime, which I personally find mind-boggling because I think it's a fantastically written album. But you have some specific reasons why Operation Mindcrime did not click with you. And I'm really sorry to Alexis and Alyssa that we're going down this road, but we do want to find out why Harrison El Mustachio did not like Mindcrime. So let's hear it.
First, I'm going to address, you made a very, very good point. You said, just like if you were there in the audience, shouting the words, pounding your fist and stuff, you'd get it. And I'd say that's a very good point. And to also say, the thing is, that's a point to do with live crime, not Mindcrime.
Continue.
But, okay, Operation Met Crime, as I wrote it here. So I have like sort of 4 points, and they all sort of work with each other. The first one is that it's an album, not an audio book. The music has to come before the story. So, as I mentioned in the review, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son has like a third of the story that Mindcrime does, but it has like 8 really awesome tracks. And as a such of this, you've got a lot of conceptual fluff and filler. The first 2 songs don't do anything, and then by the time you get to the third song, it's just an average song. And the problem is, I'm going to draw comparisons to Jugulator here, because with Jugulator, you have these songs where you've got like 30 seconds to a minute of like this like sounds like a taped intro, yeah. And the problem with that is when you have that as your intro, the song has to really kick it. You have to have a really good payoff, but Jugulator doesn't. Average song plus a long intro that you've got to get through means average song suddenly becomes worse because it's not worth listening to the intro for it. And Mindcrime for me is a bit like that with the fluff and the conceptual bits, because you get like a lot of conceptual bits and then you get a song and it's all right, I guess, some of them, and then you got more concept. You have like 10 minutes of conceptual meh, big steaming pile with Sweet Sister Mary, and like a lot of the songs, they just don't click with me. It is a good name, I'll give it that.
It's a good ass name.
Yeah. And for the songs, there are 3 songs which I'm like, yeah, this is all right, but it's really just the chorus which I'm waiting for. It's not the song, you know. It's like the title track and Eyes of a Stranger and I Don't Believe in Love. You know, they're the ones that I'm like, yeah, I could listen to that again, but I'm really just listening to the chorus, not the song. And, you know, it's not Tate's vocals because they're actually the one thing I complimented in my review. Is, you know, I do like his vocals. It's just everything else around it is just ugh, to me, just meh and more meh.
Okay. First of all,
on that bombshell,
thank you for your opinion, Harrison. I think you're dead wrong with only being 3 good songs in the album. I think you're dead wrong with Revolution Calling being just an average meh song. I think that the conceptual stuff, it all creates mood and setting and shade and light, and maybe there's a bit too much dialogue. I would be willing to concede that there's maybe too much dialogue, but as Alexis and Alyssa say, Sweet Sister Mary has a good course. It's a great song. That riff is killer. I'm trying to be polite for the youngsters watching. That riff is killer. It's a killer riff, man. It could have made my top riffs of all time list that we did a few weeks ago. Oh, wait. I love Mind Crime, but I don't love Live Crime, and I've never seen them live. And Sweet Sister Mary is one of the best things ever recorded by anyone. You may not be trying to be contrarian, you just might be nuts.
That's fine too.
Well, I got to ask you another question, a follow-up question then. Would you be willing to explore less conceptual Queensryche, having heard Mind Crime and not really clicking to it? Would you be open to exploration of less conceptual Queensryche?
It's quite possible. I found on a mix CD that my uncle made for my dad, I didn't know it was Queensryche at the time, but it was Queen of the Reich, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah. That's from their very first EP.
Yeah.
Incidentally, Jeff Tate, the singer, who I know Aaron loves Jeff Tate. You had a nickname for him, Aaron. Do you remember what that was?
Yes, I
Douche.
do. No, Stabby McStabby.
Oh, yeah.
Because apparently when they split, he apparently approached the guys in the band with a knife. Apparently, that's how the story goes.
There's a line there.
Yeah. I have never gotten back on the Jeff Tate train after they split because I thought his behavior, quite honestly, was disgusting. Spitting on his bandmates and whatnot. I'm more than happy to carry on with the current Queensryche with Todd Latour. He's fantastic. But I will tell you, Harrison, that first EP is good. I think it's it's not as unique as some of the stuff they were going to do. I'd like it if Eric Litwiller popped in here, but Rage for Order is a fantastic album. The only thing that might kind of hold you back on Rage for Order is it's kind of a little dated, kind of little 80s clanky samples and whatnot. But it's a great album.
I'm not an audiophile. I'm not like someone who's. I mean, I love Turbo. I love Somewhere in Time.
If you love Turbo, I think you would like
Foreshadowing.
I think you would like Rage for Order if you like Turbo. Honestly, I do. And another great album for the more the metal-y side of things is The Warning. They're both great albums.
This is very good to hear because I am kind of Switzerland in this conversation.
Because
I'm not taking sides.
Right, like when you and I first started. Well, when I first started writing on WordPress, and joining up with you, comments and community and all that other stuff, you were jumping into this Queensryche stuff in the context of a guy who approached his bandmates with a knife, and that turned you off immediately. You had no emotional attachment to the music of the past and no desire to explore it because of this.
Well, yeah, that turned me off a bit too. And that Joff EPK.
It's not an ideal introduction.
Oh!
Yeah.
He does a little Jeff Tate, the electronic press kit, the really embarrassing, I like wine, I like motorcycles.
The most hilarious thing about that is, because you know how he likes his motorbike, and then you read in, you're like, review of that EPK was, he does a little jump, and I thought, oh, he's just done a jump on the motorbike, and then I watched the thing, it's just like boing.
yeah. And the funny thing is that he makes a big deal about it in the video, as if it's this really cool David Lee Roth kind of jump that you're expecting, but all it is him kind of going like this. and he's like, in the video, he's like, wait, watch this. Like, okay. And another thing I hate about it is when he starts putting his family members in the video. Look, there's my beautiful wife, Susan. Nobody cares, Jeff. No, that was one of those things that just turned me off of Jeff Tate. So pompous. So pompous. I'm sorry, Alexis and Alyssa. I think Jeff Tate kind of lost it a bit in later years, got a little bit too full of himself, and I really like the current Queensryche with Todd Latour.
So here's an interesting thing. There you go. See, this is all good information for me too, because Mindcrime is that special edition that I showed you during the concept album show that we did. Wasn't on my list, by the way. You guys were talking about it, and I said, hey, I've got that cool version of it. So I showed it to you guys. It's the only one I own.
Interesting.
And that's because I got it for $3.
Yeah.
New. And it's the extra disc and the DVD and everything is all in there. And I thought, well, for $3, even if it sucks, hey, So hearing about these other albums as well, if I ever decide that Queensryche is something I want to explore more, or if I come across one of their albums somewhere and I'm like, hey, why not? Then having some titles in mind is good. I have heard Rage for Order mentioned as one. I think Brother Craig here, that was one that he liked.
I love that album. It's I mean, like I said earlier, it's very 80s in its the technology. But I love it. I think there's something, it's very mechanical. It gives me sort of like this dystopian future, the kind that we used to imagine in the 80s, clanking computers and printouts and the sound of a dot matrix and weird sort of like pneumatic sounds, Oh, and Brian recommends the Empire album, which is their most commercial, I would say.
Yeah, that's another one.
If you put down the album Empire, it's go time. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put down that album.
I can't. Never heard it.
It's good. I mean, you know Silent Lucidity. Everybody knows Silent Lucidity. And you've probably heard some of the other tracks, like Jet City Woman, you might have heard.
But I mean, we're all entitled to think what we want about this stuff. I mean, this is the armchair sort of, the band creates this stuff and then puts it out into the world, and then some people are going to like it and some people don't. And for
you know what, Aaron?
A myriad of reasons, and that's all.
We all have to make our decisions about where we spend our money. Yes. And I decided I didn't want to support Jeff Tate's legal fight to win the Queensryche name. You decided you'd rather put your money against the guitar.
Attaboy, James.
We are almost at the 1 year anniversary of James Kalin offering me $7 to eat a worm, and it's never happened.
Have you not done that yet?
No, it's not going to happen.
Mike.
Oh, yeah. Somebody mentioned that Sabbath track. Let's talk that real quick.
It wasn't leaked, Lana. It was
no, it wasn't leaked.
Jeff Nichols' estate uploaded it.
They found it.
Yeah. Let's end on a positive.
Yeah, let's end on a positive. So let's talk about Slapback. I believe Joe Siegler from Black Sabbath Online, I believe he mentioned that there's some origins of Walk Away within Slapback. I might have that.
I don't hear it.
I'm sorry, I don't even know what's going on here. Is there
so what happened was Jeff Nichols was the keyboard player in Black Sabbath starting around the Ronnie James Dio era.
Sure.
He passed away a number of years ago, but his estate has been digging up cassettes of demos, Black Sabbath demos from the Heaven and Hell era. And this is from a very rare period in time when Geezer Butler was out of the band very briefly, and a lot of the bass was being handled either by Nichols or Ronnie James Dio himself. And they found a tape and uploaded it to YouTube. You can check it out yourself. Sure. They believe that the title of the song was probably called Slapback. And it's a fully recorded Black Sabbath demo with Dio singing. And it's cool.
Nobody had ever heard it before.
Not really. Yeah, it's unknown. Previously unknown.
Wow. So that would have been 70.
80, 79 or 80.
79. I was going to say 78. Okay. Yeah. 80.
Oh.
Okay. Sure.
$7 was for a worm and a stick.
Oh.
Oh, here's an interesting subject. You have to do a show on albums that no matter how many times you listen to it, it never appeals to you. Well, Harrison's already done that with Operation
I got a bunch.
Funnily enough, there aren't many, you know.
Rob points out that Slapback sounds very much like Elf. I thought Rainbow myself, but you know, early Rainbow and
you can hear Iommi
Elf
on the solo.
Sorry, you can hear
you can hear Iommi in the solo.
Right,
for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, I think Geezer. I've read a couple things about Geezer maybe confirming it was Sabbath.
Oh, speaking of Geezer, did you hear the other scandalous Black Sabbath reveal this week?
Oh, it was that, wasn't it?
A picture has emerged of Geezer giving the devil horns many, many years before Ronnie James Dio did. And Ronnie James Dio has said a number of times that he kind of is responsible for introducing this to metal. He said that it was a thing that his grandmother used to do to ward away hexes. And he claimed that he was the one who brought this into metal. But there's I think even more than one photograph now surfaced of Geezer Butler giving this in the mid-70s, long before Dio joined the band. So that's the other scandalous Black Sabbath news this week. Lana is going to go check out Slapback. Don't encourage him, Rob. Differences make the world go round. We disagree on Queensryche, but we totally agree on ELO. But then again, ELO is way better than Queensryche in every way. Man.
Another band I haven't explored too much.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but I like what I've heard.
I go so far afield. Like I've got classical, and I've got rap, and I've got jazz, and I've got country, and I got everything, right? So it's hard for me to keep up with all of the all of the everything that goes on. Speaking
Brian
of
wants to know
music,
if you've heard this Stones fully finished studio outtakes.
No, is that new?
Send us an email, Brian.
Possibly.
Or he probably already has emailed us about it. He probably just haven't noticed.
Yeah, no, there's so much Stone stuff. I've got an embarrassing amount of it. But there's like all the live vault things and all the, there's actually, if I can get around to it, there's another Stones. Oh, it just came out this week. Good.
To the Amazons.
Yeah, my visa just cringed. But yeah, I've got actually, if all things go well, perhaps sometime later this coming week, there will be a Stones on my blog.
Nice.
I've been listening to one, but I'm still trying to get my head around some of it because it's not an album that completely spoke to me. But yeah, so there's that too. Which anything Stones I'm in. That's good. Let's go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, boys, I feel about ready to wrap it up. I've been on here for 2.5 hours.
Have we really?
Yeah, we have. 2.5 hours. So, Aaron, as we do, let's do the rounds. What are you up to on the keepsmealive.wordpress.com besides trying to learn the new editor? What have you been up to?
Oh, screw that new editor, man. I said, I think I said in an email to you guys, like, I've got no excuse. I should be an expert. I got nothing but time in my days to actually sit and focus on that. But for some reason, I just don't want to. We have been doing KMA since 2006.
15 years.
15 years of doing it the same way. So it's muscle memory, man. I don't want to be learning new tricks. I'm an old dog. I don't need that. Change for the sake of change. Just leave it alone. It worked.
Now, I will tell you, Aaron, I used the new editor earlier today, using Kevin's trick of locking that taskbar down. Yeah. And I'm making it work. It's not ideal. I don't like it.
No, like inserting images.
Oh, it's awful. That is not.
Oh, that's a pain in the ass.
Doesn't line up. And all those pop-ups, like you're trying to put your cursor on the text and then you get that stupid thing pop over where your cursor is supposed to be. And I just, so anyway, all that aside.
Yeah.
I will mess with that, and I'll find a way to comfortably work with that, and then I'll stop complaining. But for right now, I'm still really mad at it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm still going through my
your alphabet
list, and now I've had to work backwards again because I forgot to include my 7-inch 45s. So I've got to go back, and I'm also doing sort of some of the things that I wanted to get last year and didn't, and this year I'm sort of trying to collect some up of those. Done a couple of those. James sent me some stuff which I posted about. I've got 4 posts on the blog today.
Wow.
And so, you know, like I just you never know. It'll be something weird eventually. But yeah, I figure by the time I get to Z or Z, depending on where you are watching this, I will be blogging from a retirement home. Because if I'm doing one a day, we could be here a while.
Yeah, same here. I'll never finish. I'll never finish.
But the idea is to get through everything that's there. But this is all. Ooh, see there.
Community.
Oh, actually, I think I know but I think I know which one it is. I might not. Anyway, all of this. There's a big long go grab a coffee post that I've been working on for a while. Mm-hmm. And it's not about the thing that I told you about, Mike. It's something else. So there'll be 2. This is a long sort of expedition into philosophical dichotomy, and so it'll be interesting. But that's still in the works. So for now, it's just going to be the daily thing of go through the music and I don't. Okay. Having to listen to the Beatles again, I thought I was done with that. But, you know, that's okay. They're just 7 inches, so it's 2 songs, so it's not too bad now. But it's not whole albums. I kind of burned out on that again. But yeah, so that's me. I'm just doing my thing, and but there will be some surprises coming up and a couple of longer posts too. So, and newer stuff, and there's a new Guided by Voices album coming out in April 30th. So get ready for that because that'll be another one.
I hear my dinner bell ringing.
Oh,
Harrison?
Yeah.
Harrison, you just finished writing up Judas Priest.
Yeah.
What else you got going on?
Well, I started with the new editor, so I've just learned to work with it. But apart from the regular stuff, I've got Mix CD Monthly for March coming, I think, this coming week, because the week after that is the 1-year anniversary, and so I've done a little week of reviews for that, and a mega song of the week at the end.
I am going to quickly put up on the screen your website address.
Yes, I just found it recently. I just followed you. So I feel like I have to catch up.
Yeah, it's a bit long-winded because I'm not, at the upper echelons of payment options, so to speak.
Oh, our blog has been free the whole time.
So there you go. Mad Metal Man 900775663.wordpress.com. Harrison was in the back of the line when they were giving out your URLs at WordPress, apparently. Lana, no. But, foreshadowing, if you like the Cars, tune in next week. I may have a Cars CD to give away, and maybe something else too. You never know. Actually, I will. I have a giveaway next week. When we have the 1-year anniversary show with Brent Jensen, our special guest, I will be doing CD giveaway. Got 2 CDs to give away. Haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do it. More than likely, I'm going to get you to answer me a question about Brent Jensen. And it won't be something hard. It'll be something that you will know by watching the show.
What color is his hair?
It might be. It might be. I'm going to get Brent to help us out. But, yeah, so that's what we got going on at the LeBrain Train next week is the Brent Jensen Hour. Yeah. Looking forward to talking to him again. Once more, the book I'm reading, No Sleep Till Sudbury. Very much enjoying it. There's a great story in here about going to see Iron Maiden for the very first time. Check it out. No Sleep Till Sudbury, written by Brent Jensen. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some dinner.
You do this every week. It's like 9:30 at night, and you're going for supper now.
Dude, honestly, the show affects my weekend because then I'm wired for the rest of the night too. So my Saturday is usually I feel wonky on Saturdays. By Sundays, I'm leveled out. But it's all for rock and roll.
Yeah.
I killed them all. There can only be one.
Very, very good.
The only one. The Highlander.
And good show, boys.
Yeah.
So thanks very much for joining. I'll take us out on the LeBrain Train theme song once more. But thanks for joining, and I hope you guys watch next week when we have Brent on.
Yeah. Hey, really good to see you, Harrison.
Yep, good to meet you too as well.
Mike.
We haven't seen the last of Aaron and Harrison, I promise you.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks everyone for watching, and thanks a lot to the new people. I hope you tune in next week. Tune in next week for the LeBrain Train 1-year anniversary show with Brent Jensen. We'll see you next week, guys. Ciao.
Take care. See you later.
See ya.
Sit back, enjoy the show. This train goes everywhere you want to go. LeBrain Train. LeBrain Train.
Give me a one-way ticket to anywhere and a glazed donut. To go.